wanna hop in that Rari. I said, look in her eyes. She wanna tell me that I'm a bully. And she spent it fully. They say I'm acting like Hitler, but how am I acting like Hitler when I'm a fucking hello? Welcome to the Ash Montoya Super Show. Fuck. Guys like that effect? Wait, hold on. Alright, wrong knob. Fuck. Why do I need the soundboard when I have that, the effects on my, soundboard? Or not soundboard, mixer board. Anyways, guys, this is a huge show. This, will be one of the best, shows I've done in a long time because of so much has happened within a week. I don't know if it's too loud. There you go. So much has happened in a week, and yeah, this is gonna be a funny show. This ain't gonna be one of those boring episodes where I'm just sitting here quietly like, all right. There's gonna be a lot of reactions, a lot of clips. Yeah, I'm gonna be clip farming on this one. So, there's so much that has happened that I don't know where to begin. So I'm actually gonna go backwards in events because all this is like all the topics for tonight. Usually it's split into sections, like maybe one section we talk about Andrew Tate. The next one's about Clavicular. The next one's about so and so. Right? But for tonight, all of these the characters we're talking about tonight, everything's all like interconnected with each other. You can't talk about one without the other. So I'm actually going to go backwards in events, starting with the most recent event, and then just going backwards. So yeah, let's begin with the most recent event, which is Prince Andrew has been arrested. He's the first of the big Epstein guys. One of the elite guys. One of the main characters in the files that has been arrested. So yeah, this is huge news. Yeah, I'll pull up an article about it. And somebody is calling me, and it is Lauren Lee. Let me pick it up real quick, 'cause I might be having guests tonight. Hold on a second. Hold on. I missed her call, which means she'll probably will not pick it up. That's how it usually goes. It could be 1 second. Oh my God, it could. I could miss the call by 1 second and then call back immediately, and it will not pick it up. That's how it usually goes. Oh. Come on. Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay,
Are
you
we
are
live?
live on the show.
Thank you.
Yes.
I really have nothing to say. I just want to listen to what you're talking about.
I just started.
Okay, yeah.
I'm about to do I sound good?
Yeah, you sound great.
Okay. Yeah, I was using the effects earlier. Have you heard, the fa soundbite?
Yes.
I was doing this. Watch this. Fa
Okay, you're talking about Prince Andrew.
Yes, about to get into that.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have so many topics. It is insane, dude.
Let's go, sir.
All right, Prince Andrew has been arrested, and he's like the first of the celebrities, the elites in the files that has been arrested.
And I'm
He
really
is the
finding all of this
first.
out for the first time.
Yeah, and Prince Andrew also probably had like some of the worst photos in the files. He was
What
like
were they?
he was clearly over a child laying on the floor, and he was like staring at the camera, and it looked like he was like wrestling with the child or something.
Oh
Um,
man.
Yeah, and yeah. Well, he's British, so you know how it goes.
He's
Uh,
definitely the schmuck. They see him as the schmuck. They're all the Jews. I don't know. I think they look down on him and they're like, yeah, let's whatever. Like he's the one that's maybe getting bullied in the locker room before they go out and fuck kids. Like I think the Jew friend group would
yeah.
like bully him or like think like kind of like make fun of him.
hmm
Like
But
kind of like he was the collab around the Andrew Tates and the Tristan Tates of the
yeah,
pedophilia ring.
who do you think's who? All right. Well,
Well,
Prince Andrew.
obviously Epstein is Andrew.
Yeah, and who would
And then
Steve? Who would Steve? Who would?
Tristan. Well, I was gonna say Tristan is Netanyahu.
Okay. What about what's who's Steve Bannon? Who would be? Maybe
Steve
Sneeko.
Bannon. Yeah.
Maybe Sneeko because
Sneeko.
they have the similar relationship where they're like friends, but it's really rocky, but they're still trying to
Right.
do
Right.
something. Yeah,
Yeah.
he'd be like Sneeko, and then who would Fuentes? Yeah,
Okay. Oh.
Clint
Okay.
Bill.
Okay.
I feel like it'd be Bill.
Okay.
No, it has to be somebody that's
Bill?
like low
No,
key
no, no, no.
gay.
Bill's the
That,
one. Bill's the one that's like, I named my kid. I named my kid
yes,
your
yeah, that'd be
grandfather.
Bill.
That's Bill.
Fuentes has to be someone that's like low key gay,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Who's
It's
some?
only more. Oh, maybe Oh my God, Fuentes is Woody.
Yeah,
Fuentes is
yeah,
Woody. Yes. Because Fuentes is in it, but he's not like really in it. Like he's not
yeah,
involved in that shit. Like
yeah.
he's not getting down with it like that. He's in the bathroom for 95% of the orgy.
And I
Yeah.
fucking love fucking have you seen the email that you know how there's obviously that picture with Epstein, Woody Allen, and Dick Cavett? And have you seen Dick Cavett's email where he thanks Epstein for the dinner or whatever, and he's all it's just this really long-winded yapping email where he references, he's like, this dinner reminds me of that commercial I did in the 70s with Mel Brooks, this beer commercial.
God.
And he quotes the commercial. I forgot, like Mel Brooks' line or something. And then he said, anyways, in other words, thanks for the dinner. And then Epstein just writes in lower case caps, low caps. He just writes, I'm glad.
Oh. Oh.
That's my
That's
favorite.
that
That's what I like about Epstein.
energy.
Epstein's such a sigma. He just like writes
That's that
everything in lower
energy.
class. He lower caps and just like
Doesn't give a fuck.
yeah, it's always one word
Alright,
responses
bro.
and stuff. Like
Didn't Elon's trans kid confirm that email?
yeah, I was about to talk about this tonight too because I
That
haven't talked
shit's
about Elon.
fucking crazy. That shit being real is nuts. I mean, like, he's just he doesn't give a fuck, and like, obviously, damn, who's Elon? Nah,
Ooh.
Elon's in both.
Elon has to be a glazer. You know who Elon is? This
Who?
because he's not in the circle we've been talking about. Elon is God, what's that guy's name? Armenian guy, George Janko. Do you know who that is? Because George
No.
Janko's a huge, famous Tate glazer, but he's not a part of that circle. Like he really wants to be. Like he always
Yeah.
talks about. It's like, man, I just wish
Right.
I would hang out with Andrew because he's done podcasts with Andrew Tate and stuff, but he's not a part of the friend group or anything. But he always
Okay,
talks
then
about
that
how he's like,
person.
man, I just want to be friends, all this stuff. I want to be like him, and all.
Yeah.
So that would be him. That would be
Right.
Elon. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's just coming together. This is really.
I don't know. Yeah. I feel like there's another character.
We haven't done Fresh and Fit.
Oh yeah,
And we
mine.
and yeah, we need to do Fresh and Fit. And I mean, there's a lot to get to, honestly. But we haven't even we haven't even cracked open the first piece of news.
The Prince Andrew. I don't know if there's.
Prince Andrew.
Let me pull up an article. Um. Let me see. These websites are terrible. These are news websites, and they're like like the New York Times, but they're like formatted really badly. Like they're unreadable. And they don't get to the point. In statement, blah blah blah. Let's go to Wikipedia. I can't. Arrest in yeah, he's arrested on his birthday, by the way. Today's his birthday.
Dang, he was arrested today.
Yep.
For the wait, he got arrested for the files.
Was arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office. Which has been searching his house, da da da. So it's kind of interesting. They're intentionally vague about it, why they arrest him, but public misconduct, which suggests like it's pretty obvious it has to do with like the files. I think
Sure.
like public that means like it could be like sexual. They're very vague on like misconduct. What does that mean? They're very intentionally vague about it, but obviously means sexual.
Right.
Like it says public too, because
But is
technically
this, like,
he's alleged to do that were I guess in the public with
okay.
minors and stuff.
So he's not being arrested for something that transpired today. Like he didn't do anything today then. The
No.
cops came and arrested him. Okay. Okay.
Oh, something about secrets? I don't believe. Oh wait. Oh, interesting. So it does have to do with the files. Epstein. So emails disclosed. This was Wikipedia. Part of the Epstein files in early 2006 appear in indicate between 2010 and 2011, Andrew may have knowingly shared confidential information with Epstein about his official work as trade envoy. Trade envoys have a duty of confidentiality over sensitive. Oh, interesting. That's what it's for.
Okay.
So he was telling stuff to Epstein that you're not supposed to, like with a And so
That's typical.
that's
for
funny.
him.
Now, while that's right, obviously probably technically illegal, this also is it's obviously because they're trying to get on other stuff too. This is just a lead way for because all the sex stuff is technically alleged, or but there's pictures of him hovering over a child. It's redacted on the floor. So we know, but yeah, they do this a lot. Like they did this with Diddy, where they didn't go for the obvious. They just went for other stuff like well, they mostly just said prostitution. That's what he got on. It was it was like bringing a prostitute over state borders or something like that. Is that what? Yeah. But yeah, but But yeah, there's not much. It just happened, so there's not much else other than that. But uh anyways, now I have you on the call. Uh
Yeah, but
Gabe.
I'm just a watcher. I might fall asleep. Oh,
Okay, that's fine. Gabe was supposed to possibly join, but I don't think
that's great.
that's gonna
Green
happen.
Game. That's Green Game. Oh no.
He hasn't responded or anything. He
Okay.
said, "Oh, I might." But
Well, he's running a Fortune 500 company, so I
yeah,
guess it's
well,
hard when
all the
he's not
topics
there.
tonight were like perfect for him.
Yeah,
You
for
know.
sure. Oh my
Yeah.
God. I didn't
um,
even have
I
some
also want
skits
to.
and shit to
I'm
say.
not gonna show this whole thing because it wasn't really that interesting, but I'll show the clip of Clavicular on Piers Morgan where he brings up Epstein to him. Where's the clip? Let me find it. I just want to find the clip. I don't want to show the whole thing because it was really boring.
Yeah, I started watching it this
Hang
morning.
on, hang on. You said you said Hitler is really fucking cool. What did you mean by that? Well,
Yeah, I started.
hang on.
I started watching it this morning, and I got bored. I had a
Yeah,
tweet. I was looking for and it was literally on a YouTube channel called like Clips, official Clips, and I couldn't even see the fucking clips, but.
yeah. But I'm trying to find it. He's all, yeah, pretty much Clavicular's like Pierce. Why did you go on the island?
Yeah. It's like,
I really,
and you were
I really
talking, dude, worst transition ever. That shit was
have nothing
the
to do with it.
roughest. That shit
I have nothing to
wasn't
do with it,
smooth
and
at
this is
all.
what
He
I
was
mean,
like,
right? So you
and you were
basically
talking
lied
about
to,
Kanye last week. So
my PR
in the
team that
words
you
of
wanted to
Kanye, and then it's like a 10-second silence of him like trying to get up the clip, like making sure that the sound is lined up. And then he presses it, and it goes. No,
Yeah.
and it's like the worst sound quality from his fucking phone. And it's like, so why did you go to that island? It's like this shit. I'm like, none of these niggas have motion. Like this shit is like so awkward.
Yeah. All right.
The delay.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna show the clip. You probably can't see it on your end.
Mm-mm.
Oh, they want me to screen share?
No, just play it. Just play
Okay. All right.
Well, listen, Piers. Historically, you've kind of been talking about this whole thing with Ye for a little while. So I've actually got a Ye thing as well for you. So why would you go to that island, Piers? You know.
Which island?
Which island?
You know what I mean? So that's the point. Is like we could all point fingers. And
Oh, hang on.
No. Wait a minute. Which island? You mean the Epstein Island? Obviously,
Why
I've
would you
never
go to
been
that
there, never
island?
met Epstein, never had any connection with him, not in the
So
Epstein files,
annoying.
other than references.
Other than
Has nothing to do with him.
brutal. Other than
Well, no. You could go read them.
Anyways, yeah, because he just took a picture with Ghislaine Maxwell once, but I'll show the full debate thing. And then they show the clip of them singing it.
I'm curious.
I'm
When you look back on that, when you watch that video, are you comfortable about that?
Are you comfortable?
well, listen, Piers. Historically, you've kind of been talking about this whole thing with Ye for a little while. So I've actually got a Ye thing as well.
All right, we'll just.
Wait a minute. Which island? You mean the Epstein Island? Obviously, I've never been there, never met Epstein, never had any connection with him, not in the Epstein files, other than references.
Other than
things that have nothing to do with him.
brutal. Other than
Well, no. You could go read them. The beauty of the Epstein files, you can go and check my name. You can read every entry. You'll see none of them had anything to do with him or his activities or anything. I'm just mentioned in passing as having been completely unconnected events.
Well,
So,
what about Ghislaine
I
Maxwell?
met Ghislaine Maxwell.
Oh, yep, there you
I'm
go.
about to come to that. So I was pictured with her. Okay, I was pictured with her at a book launch for 5 minutes. I've talked about it. She admitted that.
All right, I'm
under
gonna pause
oath.
this. But did you hear about the other big news with Ghislaine? Nobody knows how.
The mugshot.
Yeah, but also the deposition video just came out recently.
I haven't seen
It's
it.
not. It's not her.
Yeah, I saw people were like, see, it's one thing to gain a couple pounds, not having all of your bone structure to change.
Yeah, maybe she's been looks maxing in prison
I was about to say, like, I think she's been doing some bone smashing herself.
with that little hammer.
That tiny little hammer.
Yeah.
Because she looking fucking maxed out, Redder.
She looks beat. She looks fucking beat, dude.
No, she looks like she's just been jumped 75 times.
Do you think it's her?
Where would she would be, I mean, let's see. Why not? I don't see why not. But, I mean, realistically, what, like, I don't know, I'm kind of on the, like life is, I believe that life is, like, reflects the picture of Dorian Gray, where, like, Dorian Gray, like, has, like, Val Shawad, he, like, goes out on the town and, like, has this painting that, like, takes all of his actions, like, takes it into the painting, and, like, all of his debauchery goes into this painting of him. And I kind of feel like one day, like, all of that stuff, like, hits you or catches up with you, and your demons, you can see your demons in your face. And I think maybe you can just see it. Maybe it's all caught up to her and giving her a really wide jaw.
Yeah.
And like her cortisol is spiked the fuck out.
Yeah.
And her eyes are really puffy because her cortisol is spiked. But I don't know.
Yeah.
That could very well not be her, though. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it.
Do you think Epstein's alive?
No. Definitely not.
Yeah. I think,
He's
yeah.
definitely burning in hell, but
Yeah. People have joked that C. Bannon interview was just filmed recently.
yeah, those some look weak. I don't care. I just don't
Well,
care.
you know, what is 0 divided by 1? Well, we don't really know. And when you take a violin, when you have a music software program, let's say, and let's say you have an symphony in there, and you take out the violin part, you drag it and delete it, and that data is now somewhere else. And that type of data is what I find most interesting about life.
Maxwell deposition.
I'll look that up. I'll finish this thing real quick with Piers. There's not much to see,
Any
but
time we'd ever met was for 5 minutes. So I have no connection
Damn,
to
and
that
she looks
scandal
like hot
at
as
all.
fuck
Other
in
than I
the
once met her
2016 one.
for 5 minutes.
which ones? What?
Sorry, no, I was just saying she looks hot as fuck in the 2016 death.
Oh yeah, for sure.
She looks great. She looks great.
Yeah. Have you seen when she's like really young? In her 20s, not
Is she fully
not
full
when she's
baddie mode?
middle schooler. Was that?
She's full baddie mode in her 20s.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Oh.
At the book launch. So let me come back to you in the van with the Heil Hitler song.
Well, this is like a little bit
Yeah,
ridiculous
because now-
because you're
All right,
with-
I'll move on to I'll show the deposition. Sorry for the Clav fans out there. There's more Clavicular to come, but
Yeah, oh, she's beautiful. Yeah, she was so beautiful.
yeah, but here's footage of the. I'm not going to show the whole thing, but of the 2016, or not, sorry, 2026 deposition.
Corresponding cover letter as Exhibit 1.
And they intentionally filmed it really far away, so you can't really make it out.
It's on the
That's-
longest table ever.
Yeah.
That's the type of optical illusion.
It's like a
Tyler has
noontime
on that.
devotions table.
It's moontime. It's a moontime devotions ass table where you feel like you're, you're 10 miles away. This is
I will
so
enter
funny.
as Exhibit 2 a letter dated
Longest
July
table
20,
ever.
or 29th, 2025 from David Oscar Marcus,
Yeah.
counsel for Miss Maxwell.
But this is what it. I'm trying to look at the close up. Anyways,
Nah,
it's
they don't want to give it to you. They don't want to give it to you.
anyways, but it is clearly not her. Um,
Wait, that's not her at all. I'm looking
no,
at her.
it's in one of those. It's in one of those like masks. That they
Nah,
you know.
this is just some random ass Jewish bitch. This is like.
Somebody said that she turned into a goy. Yeah. Hold on. Let me pause it right here. Yeah. Anyways, but that's her. Obviously,
Oh,
feels
shit,
that she
wait,
looks
my
like
phone's
Austin
about to die. I'm so sorry,
Powers.
My phone's about to die. My phone's about to die.
Okay. Anyways, but they say people have been saying that she looks like Austin Powers. As you can see, that is not her at all. She has turned full goy, full Angloid, Ghislaine Maxwell. So yeah, it's not her. She's already in Israel, maybe. Not the same nose or ear size. And I'm an artist. I measure faces to get proportions correct. And damn, that is not her. Yup. It is truly not her. So anyways, I think her phone died. But let me... hold on. Audio call ended. I wanted to show her that GG33 incident video. Let's see. I might talk about that next. But yeah, it's a body double. Oh shit. Hello?
Okay, I'm back.
I'm glad you came back because there's a video I have to show you. Have to.
Show me.
That you'll have you seen the incident with it was Fresh, Gary the numbers guy, and Sneeko, where Sneeko ran into him in public, and Gary the numbers guy was all he made a whole scene out in public, and was like screaming at him. I was like, I'm a better Muslim than you. I don't drink. I don't smoke. Dude, it's actually kind of it's like a masterpiece.
Oh my god.
Video.
Wait. Okay, how do I see it?
I can screen share it.
Okay.
Hold on, let me pull up my thing. What the fuck? I can't even find it now. No fucking way. Hold on. I have to go in the chat.
Take your time.
But it is. I have to talk about this. Then we'll get back to Epstein later because there's other Epstein stuff about babies, adrenochrome stuff. I have to talk about. There's everything you can think of is happening.
We have to talk about the film that coats the baby's body after it is pushed out of the mother's vagina.
I found it.
It's a curd-like texture.
Yeah.
Yellowish.
And I guess he's been eating people because that's what the whole beef jerky thing is people.
Right. Right. We also want to talk about the grinding up of humans and trying to shape the remnants into some sort of long string
Yeah.
that can be chewed on between us. In
Can you see-
between baby bone.
Yeah.
Soup.
Do you see the video?
Oh.
Or do you have to link it to you?
Okay, no, I can see.
You can see it?
Wait, it says yes. Okay, I can see.
All right. This video is I'm glad, like I've been waiting for like a moment like this, you know. This is kind of like a masterpiece almost, like, oh yeah, you can't, dude. All right, all right, are you ready to watch this?
Yes.
All right. It's only 1 minute and 41 seconds, but there's so much that happens in this 1 minute and 41 seconds. All right, here we go. So I'm going to set it up because might be confused like what's actually going on, the context. So Sneeko, Gary, the numbers guy, Andrew Tate, born in the Tiger year. Sneeko, a tiger. Nick Fuentes, a tiger. That's why they're all made a video together. And they're in Miami, which is their enemy city. You know, that guy. I kind of look like him right now with the glasses. And, yeah.
Wait, yeah, that's an
555, baby on the way. You see 55 means baby. Gary the numbers guy.
Right.
So anyways, that was Sneeko's old manager for a little bit. But it is...
The numbers guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
And now he's Fresh and Fit's manager. He's been Fresh and Fit's manager for a while. And so anyway, Sneeko's doing a live stream with this guy that's running for governor of Florida. And they're walking around Miami and they run into them. And Gary, the numbers guy, and Fresh and some other guy that they do a podcast, they're out in some restaurant outside. And they have beef because... Sneeko and Fresh hate each other. This all started because the club will cost, where Fresh was all pretty much blaming blaming everybody, you know, like Sneeko, like how dare you, even though play the song and stuff.
And the number guy is like the pimp.
Yeah, and the numbers guy, so Gary, and Sneeko, it's a long history. They don't like each other because Gary numbers guy doesn't really like Sneeko because he hates Fresh, and then blah blah blah, and then there's disagreements over. Gary doesn't like Islam.
Doesn't like Sneeko because he was born on the 12th, and then
born on the 8th. That's why he's got that bag. That's why he's got that bag. Anyways, so. Yeah, Gary doesn't like Sneeko because I don't know, it's this whole thing. But anyways, are you ready to watch the video?
I'm ready.
All right, let me full screen this. All right.
Yeah, you're Catholic, so Lent starts tomorrow.
Can you hear it?
You got a big day coming up tomorrow, don't you? Ramadan. Yeah, Ramadan Mubarak.
Can you hear the video?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay.
Yeah, you're Catholic, so Lent starts tomorrow.
Lent starts tomorrow. You got a big day coming up tomorrow, don't
you?
Ramadan.
Yeah, Ramadan Mubarak and happy Lent, everybody.
I think you know these gentlemen here. We're just talking to them.
Oh yeah. They put a threat on my life. Nothing happened. You guys wanted to kill me, right? You wanted to kill me. You guys said you were gonna hurt on that podcast. Your co-host, right?
Watch the glasses.
Your co-host.
Okay, I didn't
it's your podcast. On your podcast. Okay, well I'm here and your podcast.
By the way, why aren't you New York with Donnie?
Why are you spiking your cortisol at the restaurant?
Why aren't you New York with Donnie?
Because I live in Miami.
Yeah, no you don't. Go back to New
Why
York.
are you spiking your cortisol here?
You're a liberal now.
Why are you spiking your cortisol?
You're a liberal now.
Calm down. Why are you yelling at this restaurant for?
Liberals didn't want it here.
Film me, but you're not going to do anything. Now, face to face, you're not going to do anything, right? Hey, just film with your stupid phone. Bacon? Okay. Go pay for pussy that you eat.
Hold on. Nico, I don't drink. Who's a better Muslim? I don't drink. Who's a better Muslim?
Watch your back.
I don't drink. You do. Who's a better Muslim?
You think that's an own?
I don't drink. You do. Who's a better Muslim?
Are you
yeah, that's what I thought, man.
Do you think you made a point or anything? You look like you have a beer belly, though. You have a big beer belly.
It's just gonna get clicks.
Right.
It's just gonna get clicks. It's fine.
Don't fight him.
It's just gonna get clicks. It's sad that that's what society's become now.
Chimping out on the street.
Chimping out.
Who's that?
It's crazy, man.
What is that?
Who's that? Who's the one with the Ash Montoya fit? Who's that?
Who?
This guy with the glasses.
Oh, the regular glasses?
Yeah, not the one screaming.
James, does he have a fit? It's like me.
I don't know, the jacket. I feel like the jacket.
Are we having the same jacket right now? Oh! Yeah. James Fishback. I just heard of this guy. I guess he's running for Florida.
Okay.
People are talking about him because he's like a Nick Fuentes fan. And he's a young guy.
This shit is getting fucking crowded. This shit is getting fucking crowded.
I don't drink. So, oh yeah, Fresh threatened Sneeko. That's why the beef came from. Fresh threatened Sneeko, and he's all like, "Listen, bro, you're going down, bro."
Okay,
something like that.
It's getting too crowded. This is.
There's too many characters.
This is like Stranger Things.
Yeah.
25.
I said I said this in the group chat. The reason why I'm really addicted to this Goy slop is that this is like my WWE.
I was gonna suggest earlier when we made the connections between us and the Epstein. I was like, well, we need to get this on the WWE on our fighting teams when we start doing that.
Yeah.
Our fantasy league.
I shall get Carlos Gonzalez to make
Let's
us
get Carlos Gonzalez in there.
like a wrestling.
Get Carlos
Fresh for a tag team, Fresh and Gary versus Sneeko, and
then get
James
Piers
Fishback
and Epstein and Woody. Come on now.
But yeah, Fresh threatened. That's where it came from. Fresh threatened Sneeko, and that's why he said, "You're threatening my life." And then Gary's response is, "I don't drink. I'm a better Muslim than you." And yeah, but I thought that was a hilarious video. That, but what's funny is if you look at the other people, like at the restaurant, like their reactions.
No, it was beautiful. But honestly, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Glasses.
Yeah, they fall. Then he's talking. This fall in his head.
It's just how they're on the tip of his brow, because his brain is like Neanderthal shape, so he can like balance. Like he has like the lump on his forehead, and he can balance his sunglasses
and then
on the.
Yeah, and there's another video since I thought I was gonna show where I wonder if there's a response. I bet there's a response already where he's talking about it.
Shit moves quick.
But there's another video where Gary, this is recently, where he calls out Fuentes, and because Fuentes says numerology he thinks is evil, and mentioned Gary, and Gary's all like, "Then how come you did your show on this date? You've been using my knowledge," or whatever.
Man, I love Gary.
He's actually my favorite of all the
Oh, he's
Gary.
fucking you, dude. That's cute.
Five. I like when he like calls. He's all like, "Don't date a woman on May 24th or whatever, because there'll be a whore." I like how he talks about like whores.
She's a bitch. She's a bitch on that day. She's a bitch on that day. And she's a whore the next one. So don't even fucking try it again.
That's what he said about that guy. That interview. There's a guy that Jack Neal, where he's giving famous people's birthdays to him, but not saying who it is. And and then the final one was SpongeBob, but he didn't tell him it was SpongeBob's birthday. And he's like, he can get into a lot of trouble. And he's all like, especially with whores. He's got to stay away from whores.
But everyone, he says it about every number. That's the problem. Every number, bro. He's gonna be like, and that's the fucking whore bitch one. So don't even fucking try it.
Yeah. But exposed.
Well-
Nick Fuentes uses numerology.
Oh. Yeah. I also like how, like him. If he really was tapping into numbers, he would be like stealing his knowledge,
Yeah.
and that's like, like he owns the numbers 1 through 22 or whatever.
Yeah, it's 1 through 9, 11, 22, and 33.
He has his that's his.
Yeah.
That's Gary's numbers. You can't toy with that.
But 2 is not a real number, numerology number. It's a hidden 11. That's what he says.
2 is a hit. Okay.
He says it's a hidden 11. Yeah, he just changes. He says Hitler's birthday is not his actual birthday.
Shit. Well, the fucking number it bends to his will. Like, you can control numbers. Dude.
Well, what I like about Gary, he's a really good grifter because what makes a good grifter too is it's kind of like also kind of like that's what another one which he's out of the equation now. He was a part of this group. He was like the original Clavicular, like Zerka. What makes them good is that the stuff they talk, because Zerka always talks about esotericism and things like that. What makes them good is grifters is that they actually know what they're talking about in those topics. Like they actually have they've researched it, but
there's something to
they're switched to their thing. But they actually know what they're talking about because they've researched it. They're not like a lot of these guys that are talking about like let's say like these like crypto guys or alpha male guys or whatever, where they talk about these topics, but they're kind of just making it up as they go along. That just sounds good. But these guys, they actually know what they're talking in that topic. Like they've researched a lot. They actually, that's what makes you a good grifter.
A master.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can't like tell them they're wrong a lot of times. Like, well, it does say that right there.
And you can get more lessons for years of home. You can get more lessons like this from me and Ash on Motoya, but you have to pay Ash some money before you.
Yeah, Gary says that. He's like, well, I'm not going to reveal that right now.
Yeah, we're not going to reveal everything.
Obama's a homosexual vampire. I'm gonna save that. I'm not gonna spill that knowledge
he's trying
here.
to watch out.
He says stuff like that too. He's like, Obama's a homosexual.
Yeah. You can say anything, dude. If you control numbers, if you have everything, you have time.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show this clip. I'm so you can see it.
Oh yeah, I can see it.
Okay. Exposed. Nick Fuentes uses numerology.
I don't play around with demons. I don't play around with middle management. Those matters is a pathway to hell. So I just stay away from me. Anybody that's talking about numerology and the occult and all that bullshit, get away from me immediately.
Nick Fuentes, the grifting fraud, who said numerology will take you to hell. He launched his platform on the 28th on the 8th day. This man is a fraud. He's talking shit about me, but he's using my system. 728 adds up to an 8 day because it's 2025. So there's a 1 in 200 chance that this is a coincidence.
It's subtweeted Gary the numbers.
He leaves you blindsided. Because once he starts doing math on you, there's no coming back. 7 minus 28 divided by the second is the
one.
first
What's 0 divided
episode.
by 1? Well, we don't really know.
Yeah.
That's what Epstein would say. Yeah. Anyways. Are you still there? Uh-oh. 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 Anywho. She may or may not call back. Let's do. There was another Gary thing I think I wanted to show. Maybe it wasn't him. Oh, Clavicular. I wanted to show this because I thought this was funny. On Red Scare, Anna and Dasha. Yeah, let's get into that. Red Scare. No, not Red. GG33. Clavicular. I thought this was really funny.
Sova and I caught
Let me replay it.
They're obsessed with you. And Dasha Nekrasova and I caught They're obsessed with you. They love you.
Sounds like nobody's.
No.
Whoa.
They're everybody's. They're like, I'm pretty sure they're friends with Elena Velez. And they were at the show. They love you. They love your mog. They're great.
I feel like there's all these
there's
also these random jesters trying to...
See, this is what we were talking about earlier. There's all these random jesters. He's right. There's too many, even though Anna Dasha predates a lot of these guys, there's too many characters in this world. I mean, come on, like Dime Square is going to be a part of this now. It's too much, dude. You know? There's too many characters. There's too many characters in that sort, you know. Ugh.
Just, basically, everyone's in line to talk to me.
No.
And do clout chasing. So I don't know who that is.
No. Yes, okay, yeah, but that's a picture from a long time ago.
He pulls out. Oh, fuck, dude. It's over with. He just showed a picture of them. It's over with. Yeah, Mog. It's over for Anna and Dasha. Rest in peace. My God. But anyways, yeah, Peter Thiel's trying to send his henchmen to destroy Clavicular. And it's not going good, guys. It ain't working. Dude, I have so much shit to talk about. Let's see. I'm going to pick, since this is just kind of jumping around, which I like doing this, by the way. I like just jumping from topic to topic. I have a long list, and let's just pick some random ones, shall we? I do have to pee first, so let me pee real quick, and yeah, I'll be right back. And I am back. Let's see. Let's pick a random topic. All right. A random thing to react to. Let's see if anyone else to join. No. All right. let's talk about Alex Jones on Fresh and Fit. Let's watch that. Let's watch some of that, shall we? Let me find the video. And he also makes, according to a lot of people, makes up stuff about the Epstein files, which stuff I've noticed. He weirdly defends Trump for some reason a lot. It says, "Oh, he wanted the files out. He begged, and he fired a bunch of people because of it." But we know that a lot of that's not true. At this point, I like Alex, but I think he might very well be controlled opposition. At this point, does this even fucking work? First of all, I can't stand this. I get it's like GTA. That's fine, but some of this is a little too gay for me. I'll be honest.
We're trying to catch up to you, man. I mean, you got a really good setup, so.
But I'm not 50 stories up. So listen, here's the bottom line. I've been on here 32 years in April. This is the biggest day ever, hands down, in my broadcasting career. Yeah. And so this
ain't Joe Rogan, the first Rogan episode with him. Ain't that big. Ain't as big as that. He's a glazer, dude. He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. What can I say? Yeah, 650,000 views. Come on. I mean, that's a lot, but yeah. Come on.
Crazy the planets align. We set this up, a couple days ago. And
this is your show, by the way, Alex. We're just here to listen to you, honestly. Like, we're just here. You take it wherever you want to go.
And what Alex heard today is going to shock everyone watching at home. It's going to be insane.
We're not going to interrupt you, nothing. You just run it like you want. Our producers are here. They basically work for you right now. Like, whatever you want us to pull up on screen, we'll pull it up on screen. Yeah. This is your show. We're just here to listen to you.
You just go to X or wherever and see it.
Yeah.
But I mean, here's the bottom line.
Let's pull up his X just on the side in case.
Yeah, Real Alex Jones. This is... I know the whole backstory. I predicted it. I knew what Trump's never been involved with the underage girls or any of the Epstein stuff.
Do we really know? Do we really know? Again, he's part of that hypnosis that these right-wingers have where Trump can do no wrong. They have this like fantasy in their head that Trump it goes to some party and there's these like teen girls that are underage that come out and they try to seduce all the guys that are at the party and stuff. And Trump is like, I think this is disgusting. And then he like walks out and he's like, shame on you guys. And then, fucking makes a scene and walks out and shit. This is what they actually think happens in their head. That this is what Trump would do if he's in that scenario. But do we really know that? I don't know. There's a lot of stories about way too many allegations about him graping some someone in a hotel room and their head getting blown off in some field in the Midwest and stuff. There's a lot of stories like this. Not saying they're real, but I don't know. There's so many of these like stories, these alleged stories of these people to the point where there might be something. I'm not saying he even did anything, but there might be something weird. I don't know.
But Bondi admitted this 3 days ago in the congressional hearings.
Yeah, and Pam, let's watch the Pam Bondi thing first. Okay, this is like nobody. Dude, if you're defending Pam Bondi, yeah, you're fucking stupid, dude. Pam Bondi, has clearly been lying. Just like Kash Patel, all of these guys, And Alex, kind of glazes Patel. It's insane.
So I really have just one question for you. How many of Epstein's co-conspirators have you indicted? How many perpetrators are you even investigating?
First, you showed it. I find it.
How many have you indicted?
Excuse me. I'm going to answer the question.
Answer my question.
No, I'm going to answer the question the way I want to answer the question.
No,
Your
you're going to answer
theatrics
the
are
question
ridiculous.
the way I asked it.
Chairman
How many have you
Jordan, I'm not
indicted?
going to get in the gutter with these people,
How many
but
have
I'm
you-
going to answer the question.
How many have you indicted?
Again, the time
You're
belongs to
reclaiming my time.
the time
I
belongs.
think it's very
Reclaiming
interesting.
my time.
I think it's very
Reclaiming my
interesting.
time.
Very
Reclaiming my
interesting.
time.
You can
When
reclaim
he
your
talks
time.
about they
Reclaiming my
indicted.
Here's one I wanted to show. It's with the Asian guy.
At your confirmation hearing, you asserted that you will do everything in your
She
power
got
to
like
prevent
emo
illegal...
blue. She got fucking emo scene girl blue hair. Very interesting for a 150-year-old woman.
gun runners in our country. Your budget request for the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, ATF, proposes a cut of 26% below the current level. How can you justify such a massive cut without inevitably
I was
weakening
about to
ATF?
shut down. Where's the one? There it is.
I have a UC.
Ms. Crockett from Texas is recognized for UC.
Thank you so much.
Attended various parties.
There's
with-
Prince Andrew. That's the picture I was talking about earlier. I mean, what a fucking freak, dude. What a disgusting fucking freak. Puh! I spit on the royal. Puh! Puh! I spit on them. Not in the sexual way, by the way. A disrespect way. I'm evil. Like Ye would say. But I'm not evil. I'm good. They're evil.
Jeffrey Epstein. Under the law Congress passed.
Look at that Patrick Star body ass. This reminds me of when when Patrick Star is on his hands and knees. That's what it reminds me of. He's so disgusting, dude. What a fucking freak. If I didn't even know who this was out of context, like, I still would hate this person. Oh my god, dude. You wouldn't even think this was like a royal or anything. You just think this is some freak that you'd see on To Catch a Predator or something. This is a prince, really? Dude, like, I mog him. Everybody mogs this guy. And this is a prince? Why am I not a fuck? Why is Clavicular not a prince? I think Clavicular should be a prince. I feel like Clavicular should marry in some royal family. I'm being serious too. I think that's what he should do.
You were allowed to redact photos to protect the victims of Epstein's sex trafficking operation. You redacted the photos of this victim's face because you were following the congressional law. Is that correct?
I'm sorry that we redacted the victim's
Because you were
face.
following the congressional law, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You have now established that please put the photos back up, that we are looking at a sex trafficking victim. Under the Federal Victims Trafficking Protection Act, not only is Jeffrey Epstein guilty, but anyone who patronizes Epstein's sex operation is also guilty of a crime. That's why I find it absolutely despicable that you sought to protect Epstein's clients, like former Prince Andrew. Last July, you closed the case on Epstein's abusers. The July 2025 memo from your Department of Justice stated, quote, "We did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties." These two photos, please put the photos back up. These two photos staring you in the face are evidence of a crime and more than enough evidence to predicate an investigation against former Prince Andrew. So I ask you, Attorney General Pam Bondi, why did you shut down this investigation last July, and why have you not prosecuted former Prince Andrew?
I don't believe you asked Merrick Garland these questions when he was Attorney General and set before.
I agree with you.
You twice.
I'm reclaiming my time.
Never
I agree with
mentioned
you. I agree with you. During
Were
the
you not here
during
then?
the Biden administration, I called for people looking at Epstein files. Merrick Garland dropped the ball, as did Attorney General Bill Barr, as did Alex Acosta, a whole string of failures. But you are in charge. You have the power to change things, to hold these men accountable, and you're doing the opposite. You're protecting them. So I want to move on to another man.
Can I answer
Donald
that,
Trump.
though?
I want to move on to another
Can I answer
question.
your question about protecting?
You answered the question.
You're saying no. I love this.
I want to discuss another man, Donald Trump, who is all over the Epstein files, like former Prince. Here's a video. Like former Prince Andrew, Donald Trump attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to know, were there any underage girls at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
Ha!
This is so ridiculous.
Yeah, well,
And
yeah,
they
that
are
shows he's
trying
guilty.
to-
I don't know. That just shows that they're guilty. That right there. Not answering the question. And, yeah. Who cares, dude? I love all these guys, these conservative MAGA guys that are like, release the files. We need to expose the globalist pedophiles. And then when we do, they're like, because Trump's in the files and everything. It's like, well, who cares, dude? Like, it wasn't really pedophilia. Like, who cares? Who cares? Right? Trump can do no wrong. Which is why picking a political side, left or right, is gay. And has always been gay. And people now are waking up to it.
Deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done. There is no evidence that Donald Trump
What
has
has he
committed a
done
crime.
that was that great? He's barely deported any illegals. The Epstein stuff. The man of no wars initiating a bunch of wars. What has he done that's actually great? What has he done that's based? Is this man really based? What has he done that's based? You know he was a Democrat for a long time, right? I don't think he's based.
Everyone knows that. This has been the most transparent presidency. He's the one that asked that those files
I'm reclaiming my time.
be
I got your
released.
answer. You said there's no
President
evidence.
Trump asked
Mr. Chairman, please
Trump
stop the
to
clock. Please
sign
stop the clock.
The legislation. This is
Time.
this
I'd like
is
to reclaim my
ridiculous.
time.
Time belongs to the gentleman from California.
Okay. I'm going to put up another document from a witness who called the FBI's National Threat Operations Center because I believe you just lied under oath. There is ample
she
evidence
did.
in the Epstein file.
Don't you ever accuse me of a
I
crime.
believe you just lied under oath, and this is all on videotape. You said there's no evidence of a crime. I'm showing you. Here is a witness statement who called into the FBI's Threat Operations Center. He drove Donald Trump around in a limo. He overheard what Donald Trump said to Jeffrey on his cell phone. He was so angry, he was going to stop the limo and hurt Donald Trump. And he met a girl who said she was raped by Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. She later had her head blown off, and officers at the scene said that could not have been suicide. No one at the Department of Justice interviewed this witness. You need to interview this witness immediately. Epstein should rot in hell, so should the men who patronized his operation. And as we say here today, there are over 1,000 sex trafficking victims, and you have not held a single...
Whatever happened to Sound of Freedom? All these motherfuckers glazing that mid-ass fucking movie, which has a good message. But, it has a good... it has this message, You know, it's like, you know, and a lot of people were talking about back then, like, oh, it's like the Epstein stuff, kind of, you know. But now those same people that were glazing that movie are defending Epstein, you know, because Trump's in the files. Okay, if we switched it around as Biden, all these motherfuckers would be like, you know, on all their podcasts talking about, oh my God, Biden was friends with Epstein and da 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 da, you know. It is fucking ridiculous.
Man accountable. Shame on you. If you had any decency, you would resign right after this hearing concludes.
The gentleman has expired.
May I respond?
Yeah, I don't know how you respond. No one can.
I did not ask a question,
He
Mr.
doesn't
You're
want
allowed
to
to.
talk
I did
about
not ask a
horrific
question.
crime in California. He
She's
does
being a woman. Okay, back to Fresh or
She
Fish.
said it'll crash the stock market if we bring this out. But Trump didn't know how bad it was. Plus, it was all old stuff, so they knew there couldn't be prosecutions. They knew the Democrats controlled the files. So Trump wasn't involved in the crimes, but he became complicit, letting the DOJ cover it up. But then, as the first tranche of stuff came out, the first 3 million files, he's like, this vindicates me, like I said. Well, now, so much pressure's come out that they released 3 million more files today. They say that's basically all of it. And they released the full list. And by the way, I'm on the list. What? Yeah, it's all over the internet. But I'll get to that later. It's his enemies too. So there's not like a client list. These are the guys we, you know, literally cannibalism, killing people, draining their blood, adrenochrome, Woody Allen, them talking about eating people, grinding up bones. Eating. I mean, it is.
I like the taste of human brains. They say I'm a zombie, but I don't know. I don't know what's a zombie. Like I know white, the Bela Lugosi white zombie. I don't know. I've never seen these zombie pictures. I've never seen these zombie pictures. You know, I don't think that was a good Woody Allen, but whatever.
Leonardo DiCaprio, it's all there. But in the first tranche of documents, I'm in there 16 times.
You're on his enemy list.
Yeah, well,
I got enemies. Got a lot of enemies.
This son of a bitch is saying we're screwing kids and we got to stop him. This is 2016.
Yeah.
When Pizzagate came out.
Yep.
So I love the left's attacking me now. Like, Jones in the files. I show a screenshot.
Yeah.
You go to my Real Hawk shows, you'll see it. But when you actually go there and search it, which I was doing before you guys picked me up, and it's just more stuff.
Yeah.
So there was 16 I found before. I couldn't even. It was like hundreds of me in there. So I mean, they were on my ass.
Yeah.
But now I had the clearest picture. Just because I was the first reporter on this 18 years ago when he first got indicted.
One of the OGs in this.
But now we have, before I kind of still had a clear view, but now I've got crystal clear view. And so now we've got the whole blueprint of how it works, how it operates. And I knew he worked for the Trial Commission. I didn't know that he was on the Trial Commission board as David Rockefeller, who founded it. His they call it a legate in Roman imperialism, where you have the emperor, but you have 3 or 4 guys that would literally have a seal or a ring and a scroll with his orders, and they could travel to different countries in the empire or the different regions and give them orders.
Yep.
So Epstein, in his Bannon interview that came out, not because Bannon released it, but because 2 hours of 9 hours is in the Epstein.
What are your thoughts on that? Them releasing that interview? Because they did the interview 2018, 2019ish.
Yeah.
Like it took them forever to release it. What were your thoughts on that interview?
Well, it's because this wasn't known. It was known, just like Mike Benz.
It was filmed recently.
Doesn't just search the Epstein files; he searches all the different government files.
Yeah.
But there's billions of them. So I knew he was on the Trial Commission. I knew he got recruited by Bill Barr's dad, that ran the all-girls school, who was OSS CIA. Bill Barr was CIA. Then, so that's a whole. We won't go through it all. It's crazy. But we have the whole blueprint now of how this worked. And so he was starting when he was 30 in 1991, picked because he was working for Bill Barr and the CIA and Mossad. Also MI6, this has all now been released.
Yeah.
He was picked to be the gopher for David Rockefeller when David Rockefeller couldn't go to a meeting in Japan or Germany or London. Epstein. So Epstein tells Steve Bannon all this. Well, it wasn't secret, but no one knew it. I was able to go look, and anybody can do this, and find Trial Commission minutes that are public with him in 92, 93, right through till like 2015 or whatever. chairing Trilateral Commission meetings. For people who know about Trilateral Commission, it was set up by David Rockefeller, who created the UN in 47 and died at 100 years old.
And what also was created around that time? Do 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 do.
This is before the WEF. This is proto WEF. So that's why Epstein was so
WWF?
powerful, and he was the main Rothschild representative because David Rockefeller was. But by the time he hit about 80, he didn't want to do it anymore. But Epstein worked for him, so that he had been chosen by the CIA and Mossad and the Rothschilds to be the representative. So he was the head of the Trilateral Commission, factotum, under it's like when you're the boss, you got your assistant. That's when you finally die, that guy's the boss.
Yeah, he was number 2, but he was really running things because Rockefeller was 12.
Yeah, so he was the head of the Trilateral Commission.
Damn.
And that's why they said this guy runs everything. That's why emails came out where he's trying to undermine, overthrow Putin, and Putin, like 10 years ago, is begging to meet with him. And he's like, no, I won't meet with Putin over the phone, only in person. And like people are like, why would Putin be kissing this guy's ass? Because this is literally the Trilateral Commission Rothschild commander.
Trilateral Illuminati Triangle. I mean, come on, it's obvious.
And so, and you talk about the Israel thing. Israel created, the Rothschilds created Israel.
Created
the Balfour Agreement. They built and paid for the Supreme Court.
They're on the currency, dude.
They're on the currency.
Crazy, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, this is the Illuminati, baby.
The elite.
So this is like, so we already knew, but this is all. I didn't know he was that powerful.
Wow.
I knew he was a super gopher, but look, you wait around long enough, all the old men die. No, bitch, you're in command.
You're the captain now. You're the captain now.
She's like, I'm the captain now, bitch.
We got the legend now.
That's why this is so massive. Oh, look, I'm on the list. Yeah, and it's all how much they want to fucking get me. I love the liberals. Oh, look, he's on the list. Yeah, motherfuckers, I'm on the enemy's list. I love it.
So,
this is
Alex,
like I got the biggest fucking president tonight.
You saw the Pam Bondi, obviously, back and forth. What do you think about Pam Bondi in general?
That's what did it. That's a whole nother. That's the problem is each little thing I just said is like 30 minutes of detail. Because now I had all the pieces more than anybody. I'm not bragging. This is true. Now it all went like the final jigsaw puzzle went in. I'm like, about 4 hours, 5 hours ago, this hit. I was just in my hotel room going.
You think that hearing is what did it to her, right? Basically, like they went after her.
Well, here's who Pam Bondi is. She's a PR person. She's not bad. She's not involved. We knew this when she got in. She likes Trump. He likes her. He thought he could trust her. They put her in. And then early on, Susie Wiles came in, and they said, listen, we know there's all these rich people. Ludwig told him, sir, I'm not involved with him, but it'll crash the stock market. This is old case. You can't prosecute him anyways. Plus, look, you're all in these files with
Ludwig, his neighbor.
And they loaded all these lies. But then Ludwig got caught lying.
Yeah.
He's at the aisle and everything else. And Trump said yesterday, he said, I didn't know Ludwig did that. He lied. So Trump, according to my sources who were in the meetings, yesterday and this morning, called him and he said, listen.
Who called him this morning? Sorry.
He had meetings yesterday and today with his cabinet.
Oh, okay.
This is
You mean
exclusive.
Trump had him this morning. Okay.
This is exclusive.
Yeah.
No one knows this. I've talked to multiple people, one that was in the room and other people that heard about it, and also people that were delivering my message, which I'm here in Florida delivering to the family. Like, listen, you're committing political suicide, self-inflicted wound. We know you're not in there. I had Mark Mitchell go 3 months ago to the White House, show him the numbers. This is what's killing him. We know he's not involved already. We know it was over the stock market because I was with people that were at the meeting over a year ago, 13 months ago when he's president-elect. And they told him this. And I've said it probably 1,000 times on air. Folks, I don't agree with it. People said I'm covering up for it. I was just saying with their idea, their mindset. I'm not agreeing with that. It'll crash the stock market. You got hundreds of head bankers, heads of universities, heads of brokerage firms, the royalty, not
Bill
just...
Gates as well.
Bill Gates, it just goes on and on. All of top Obama's people, it's all Democrats, 99%. But they came to Trump and they said, if you bring this out, it'll bring down the stock market. I've probably said, let's not exaggerate, 500 times the last year and a half that expect this to happen, because I was already told, don't expect this because this is what happened. And I said, you're making a mistake, they're going to stab you in the back. They said, no, they're not. And I said, that's wrong, but notice Bondi 3 days ago or Thursday was in that congressional hearing, and she goes, it'll crash the stock market and bring down the system, I tell you. And people got the clips of me saying that like 100 times. So, but finally Trump got, oh my God, it's going to crash it anyways. I've been double crossed. So this morning he said, you're all fired. This is people in the meeting.
Wow.
He said, you're all fired. He said, I want, and by the way, behind the scenes, Trump used to cuss some, he yells some. You see when he's hoarse, he goes, I'm sorry, I'm screaming people. He said, listen, motherfuckers, I'm sick of being tied to this shit. I'm the one that dropped a dime on him 18 years ago. He goes, you're all fucking fired if it isn't fucking released. Do you fucking understand me? They released the whole list of anybody in his files. They released 3 million more files, and Trump said, I will fire every goddamn one of you. Because they came to him and said, sir, they say your wife's a hooker. All this stuff that was all recycled from 9-10 years ago, which I said it was, and it came out. They said his wife's a hooker. Worker for Epstein. That wasn't true. He had a modeling agency that she was at. She wasn't at that. So they were fucking with him and telling him, you don't want to do this. They tricked him, and now Trump went thermonuclear. He finally listened to us. He finally listened to Roger Stone and others, and this is historic. And I'm told Congressman Tim Burchett and others have said they have already been accessed to this, okay? And they said, if you think the Satanism and the cannibalism and the blood drinking is bad in what you saw before, they said what is in these new files is going to shake everybody. And they warned you, don't even look at it if you don't want to have nightmares. I mean, this is, folks, this is the Death Star. This will be a day long remembered. I mean, this is mega freaking massive. And they're not going to, I noticed the economists, the Rothschilds, they say in the magazine they own it. It's like, oh God, yeah, oh look, here's all the files, we cross-referenced them, and you notice you search them, there's no Trump, no emails, no communication. They're like, oh, we're exposing, oh look, the Rothschild lady was in charge. Even the Rothschild publications having to burn themselves. So this is rats leaving the sinking ship, but here's the danger. What do you guys think, and I'll shut up and go through all the pieces.
No.
What do you think they're about to pull now that this is going down? Because the deep state, they got codes to bring down power grids. They got all sorts of networks. They got all sorts of, terror groups they're funding. They got weird white supremacists out in the woods. No, seriously, you saw famously Maxine Waters, you say, there's Trump's training white supremacist militias and all. No, They got all sorts of crazy groups, radical Islam groups, all Hezbollah wound up, ready to go. So I'm saying we're in a maximum danger right now because Trump just dropped
28 minutes where he explains how Epstein recruited girls.
Cool girls recruit them. They do the massage, whatever, and then they would get other girls, and he just pay them all. And he kind of it was how he would insulate himself. That's what so him and Glenn would be first. Then he'd get the other girls. Then they would do all the work in getting all the other girls.
So he's a real pimp,
kind of, but like
a super pimp.
Yeah, in the wrong way, but yeah.
Yeah, if evil pedophile pimp's got a cape, he's Superman.
Yeah, pretty much. So let me ask you this then, Alex, because obviously you've went through the files. You've been looking at this for decades. What is Trump's role specifically with Epstein? What was their actual relationship? We hear different stories from the media. CNN says they're best friends. Fox News says he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. The file came out where he reported him to the West Palm Beach in 2006. Can you kind of give us a quick, take your time, an overview? What was their relationship? When did they stop being friends? What was it in totality?
Yeah, I mean, we've had New York Times articles saying that they were best friends.
Yep.
That's not true. Before I endorsed Trump 10 years ago, I talked to the authors, I talked to the experts. Remember, I was already an expert on human trafficking, government sex operations, pedophilia. Yeah. Knew all the Ted Gunderson and John DeCamp and all the guys that had literally exposed it in the Democrat and Republican Party. These are the guys that had in the front page in 1989. You can pull it up in Washington Times. Underage call boys, midnight visits White House. Underage call boys, midnight visits White House. And so these are the guys that exposed the CIA base in D.C. producing child porn and snuff films. These are the guys that did all this. So not that I'm smart. When I was first getting on air, I was having these guys on, Kathy O'Brien, Mind Control, MK Ultra, all this stuff. And so Trump is in New York. His dad's super conservative. He has his own business, gets $100 million from his dad. He works with Roy Cohn, the famous anti-communist that was the lawyer for McCarthy. That's Trump's MO. But Epstein comes along in the 90s and is the head of the Trial Commission and has all this investment stuff. And so just like Steve Bannon, they do business. But it's like investments and real estate and stuff. And that's what Trump knows. And so Epstein, obviously is in New York. Trump's in New York. And then you got the satellite at that time down here in Palm Beach. And so all that's public. That they're in events, they're at public shows, they're socialites, they're in some videos and photos together. But we knew, and Roger Stone exposed this 10 years ago when I first endorsed Trump, he wrote a book about it, Clinton and their war on women, that Trump first dropped the dime to the Palm Beach police and got him indicted. So all that new news that's been released in the last tranche of Epstein files a few weeks ago, that's old news. It was Trump that was the informant. And then Michael Wolff, who is number 3 in the files, the most mentioned, the most emails, dirty Democrat operative, he is in there over the last 8-9 years, constantly with Epstein. And they made recordings together that have been come out. Like, how do we set Trump up? He's like, he never took massages. He never came to the house. We can't get him. I know he's the one that dropped the dime on me.
Real G.
Yeah. So what's crazy is, that's why I was saying, like, Trump's not involved. Trump dropped the dime. But it wasn't until, and then Trump, until 2 years ago was like, yeah, release it all. Then they come to him when he's president and they go, sir, it's hundreds of bankers, it's heads of universities, it's top scientists. This will kill the faith and credit of the U.S. Plus it's old, plus it's full of crap, plus the Democrats control the file, it's going nowhere. You need to just kill it. So Trump said, fine, kill it. And I was like, I told him, I said, do not do this. They're going to stab you in the back and claim you're involved. And they're like, that's ridiculous. I'm not involved. And I said, they don't care. They're already caught. They're done. All they can do is trick you to grab victory from the jaws of defeat, or to grab defeat from the jaws of victory.
Yeah.
To grab defeat from the jaws of victory.
So
It's taken me a year of literally hammering him and hammering his advisors, because you can talk to him and it's just, he's always like the next thing. He's very savantish, very autistic, I would say. Definitely Asperger's at the next level. Not in a bad way, but he's a cut above the rest in a weird way. Mm-hmm. But I had to go ape shit on air the last week. I had to come here and I had to tell him, I said, I'm going to come bullhorn Mar-a-Lago, because I can go meet with Trump if I want to, but it's more efficient. I've done it before when his first admin on the Russiagate to fire some people, which he did fire. That whole 60 minutes on it. I finally got a bunch of people fired by bullhorning for 2 days off and on the White House. And Trump could hear it and came out and watched it and said it finally fired him. So it's like he can't get his attention. He's like, I'm going to get the Panama Canal and stop China. I'm going to take over Venezuela. I'm going to cut off the voting machines that are fraud. I'm going to get $20 trillion in investment. He's like, his brain is like, he's like goal oriented. Like he has a scale of things. He's like, I'm not involved in Epstein. I'm safe. I don't want to go there. But I'm like, that doesn't matter. They're going to make this the litmus test for you. So, I'm not trying to give myself the credit, but it's true. A bunch of other people are doing it too. I literally said, I'm coming to Florida. And I said, I'm staying here until I was going to be staying until next week. Then I got the word yesterday. I said, you'll be pleased with what's about to happen this morning. I was like, watch what happens. I was like, we'll see. So I was like holding off to see what's going on, because I was going to go to Mar-a-Lago with a gigantic bullhorn and scream for days. And the whole press would be there. But the point is
tell them to release everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But the point is, that's the power of the people. But it's also the fact that Trump wasn't involved. So now all these emails and text messages, he's ratting them out at the feds, he's ratting them out to the local police. Yeah, that's who Trump is. I remember Roger Stone telling me this before it was even in the news like 10 years ago. And he's Trump's confidant. He's like, Virginia Giuffre, she had another name, it was her maiden name. She's there. She works at the place, and Ghislaine Maxwell pulls her out, and then they caught Epstein pull another girl out, and all the victims say they never saw Trump other than the two that worked there. They say he's totally nice. They'd see him walk by, and so Trump.
Is there a way to speed this up? Let's speed it up.
Literally came to Epstein the first time. He said, "Don't pull another girl out of here." They pulled another, and he got.
Shall I also put what's that game? The train game on the screen for the the Gen Alphas watching this. I don't remember what that game was called. That's how old I am.
Pissed and dropped the dime on him. So that shows how much he's involved in the minutia of his business.
Because he was pissed off that they were taking his employees.
They're taking his employees.
Yeah.
And Epstein says all that to Michael Wolff. So I'm on air going, hey, Trump's not involved, and the why he's covering up. We know he thinks he'll scratch his stomach. Not just got to believe Trump. And the Democrats spin it. Oh, God, you're all the pedo party. No, guys, it's hundreds of top Democrats, hundreds of university heads, all these Hollywood people going to the island, delivering kids, eating babies, draining blood, adrenochrome. It's all in there, grinding up bones. It is, they are, but what else would they do? They just put on this confidence act, puffed up like roosters, hoping he would be intimidated. And for a while he was. He's like, this goes on and on. But the point is that now it's all coming out. And they're talking about draining kids of blood. They're talking about, have you seen all this stuff?
haven't seen that in files yet
I
because
heard
I'm on
about
the
this
plane.
in
but
Hollywood, but I didn't think it was actually.
Look, we could go through that.
happening in real time.
We can go through
Leonardo DiCaprio's been implicated. New ones today is huge email list of him and Woody Allen talking about, I'm mainly on a human diet. I'm cannibalism. It's really made me lose weight. I grind the bones up for fiber. And then they talk about in other emails, the last tranche, about, I've been on this cannibalism diet for a while, but now I'm going to get off this for a while.
Wow. And this is in the emails?
It's in the emails.
What about Jay-Z?
Well, here's the deal. People like P. Diddy are spinoffs.
Yo, he's not the main arc. He's not the main arc.
No, but Diddy is. Yeah, Diddy has like
a side
little
arc.
weird stuff. Yeah.
And if you look at people like Epstein,
side journey.
They set up feeders into it.
Yo.
So it's kind of like minor leagues.
Okay.
Like you got the minor league baseball teams.
Big league and minor league. He was a little league. Hey, boy.
So the Cher. I'm trying to read the ones that aren't really talked about. Cher, George Clooney, Bill Cosby, Fidel Castro. What? All right, I think these are all just mentions. I could be wrong. Kurt Cobain. What? Hold up. What? Is that just mentioned? I'm assuming the Kurt Cobain one's just a reference. He's have including was the substance abuse. Oh, yeah, he's just talked about. I was like, what? He contacted him back in the 90s or something?
Go over there.
Oh, man.
Damn.
Okay.
Well, Peter Nygaard, you can look him up. Peter Nygaard was a whole other thing. He had an island in the Caribbean, and they had all these women come that would have babies, and they'd sign them over, they'd cesarean them. So if they kill them before they're born, or they take them out before they're born, they don't legally as a person.
Oh, my.
And then the things would artificially inseminate the women. And then if the baby is your baby, the stem cells are like 100 times or more powerful. So then they would drain the babies of their bone marrow, their blood, and inject them in these old men. Some of the clients were George Herbert Walker Bush and others. And the thing is, Nygaard's in prison right now for this in Canada. But Nygaard is on TV shows admitting and like telling women, hey, I'll take your period blood, I'll take a baby, I'll take whatever, I'll pay you for this. A baby's really what we want. And so, you can pull it up.
Okay.
Wait. Nigga, talk the show. Blood of babies?
Listen, I'm not saying this because you're black. It's just the truth. If you pull up the Peter Nygaard thing, because you know
Peter Nygaard.
You know about dominant recessive genes, right?
Yeah.
So, like whether it's a black bull or a black bird, or a black lizard, for whatever reason, the expression of black pigment in the original genetics, not just in humans, but in every species, most stuff's black. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. For whatever reason,
it looks crazy.
So the point is that he's got all these African supermodels who are like Congolese and Central Africans. Those are pure blacks. And he's saying, I will pay you for your babies because I want their blood. Because if he gets one of them pregnant and it's already his kid, there's no rejection like an organ. And then the stem cells are 100 times better because a white person, it is the big joke, like the black Israelites, you're cave-dwelling mutant. Well, yeah, it is like X-Men. Whites are mutants. But blacks have mutations too. The point is that they want black babies. That's what they call it, walnut sauce in all the documents, for blood transfusions. That's what's come out about P. Diddy demanding the black guy give him blood.
The substance.
It's what you want. So the best
The
blood
movie, The Substance, is literally about this.
transfusion or stem cell would be from a black person, and then the best stem cells would be from a black woman. The way to supercharge that is to get a black woman pregnant, kill your baby, and drain it, because now it's part you get full download. So you can pull up footage of Nygaard trying to get black women to sell them babies. On TV.
What? Yo,
I know this sounds, folks, I'm just telling you what's going on.
No.
You can't make this up.
We could probably find a clip. It's on YouTube.
These are vampires.
It's on YouTube, guaranteed.
The real vampires actually kill their own children. Well, I've done a bunch of reports. I type in Peter Nygaard, real life vampire. Just put it on X. Peter Nygaard, real life vampire. I did a report last week on it.
Okay.
I did a report 15 years ago before he got arrested.
Retard.
So I know, I've got sources.
Next level.
So for those, because we're obviously kind of in this world, so we're listening to, like, yeah, we've heard this before. But for the people out there that might be like, what's going on here? Like, they might not be familiar with this stuff. Can you kind of explain, like, this whole ritual thing, baby thing? Why do they do it? How do they do it? Because people hear about the conspiracy theories and everything, but they don't really understand it. So if you could kind of like explain it for them.
Well, they got a video. If you want to watch this.
Okay, so we can watch this video here.
Yo,
let's
what's with the nigga's face, bro?
That's him without the black blood. Just he went from like looking totally young, like 85, to looking like Count Dracula, like a year without the black blood. By the way, I'm not just saying this because a bunch of black folks working there. This is what it is. Like, watch my report. I mean, let's play this.
Hey, black is beautiful.
It is.
You can get paid a lot more than that.
So how much do you want for it? Let's bid. I bid $500 for I'll bid him anyway. Whatever I bid, he's going to outbid me. I bought about $60,000 worth of eggs. Yeah. If you have abortion,
freaks.
That's very valuable. Umbilical cord, placenta, even your period blood is so rich with stem cells. We regard it as waste, and it actually should be. It should be captured and recycled, and it shouldn't go to waste.
Look how uncomfortable the women are. This is just fucking weird. This is just fucking weird, dude.
It's life for somebody,
Okay, go.
It's life for. No, the best eggs are 16 to 18 years old. Those are the best eggs.
16 to 18 years old.
Your eggs get weaker and weaker.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So you may not be our top.
You remember when they made a report about the rise of abortions, how much death is happening, and the immense number of abortions they're having? Where does all that blood go from the abortion clinics?
I don't know. I don't know.
They drink it.
Thinking, like, if that's true, and what Alex is saying is verified because of video, of course, then what about abortion clinics? All that dude, that's crazy, bro. Like,
you're sure crazy.
Wow. Continue, but that's insane, bro.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely nuts.
insane.
No, that's fine. That was my business anyway.
And notice he slaps him around like a pimp. By the way, you women are like 30. I want 16-year-olds. Wow. I mean, folks.
Insane.
The island and Zorro Ranch was the main place.
Okay, that was in New Mexico.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know this all sounds crazy, folks. That's why I've been like, why is Trump covering this up? Like, and they said stock market, and I said that hundreds of times.
We'll take them because I know we have a lot of people here that are probably like their mind blown is like, what is going on here? Can you kind of like explain to them kind of step by step how this works and how we know, but like for the newbies out there that normies that don't know what the hell's going on here.
All right. Anybody that studies history, which is fascinating, whether you're in Mesoamerica with the Aztecs before Cortez arrives 500 years ago or 550 years ago, or whether you're in Western Europe, whether you're in the Middle East, whether you're in Africa, whether you're in Asia, every culture would start to collapse and have a priesthood that would build pyramids and sacrifice children. Mm-hmm. So the whole Old Testament's about don't sacrifice your kids to Moloch, don't rape your kids, don't give your virgins to the priest. Mm-hmm. And so this is this demonic force that does this. This is in human history. Every culture did it, white, black, you name it. Everybody's done it. And so his emails are like Baal and Moloch. Epstein's.
Yeah.
And so this is real, folks. The devil's biggest trick, they say, is convince the world he didn't exist.
Yeah.
His biggest trick is good doesn't exist to counter, but the second biggest trick, I say, is that he doesn't exist. This is real Satanism, as congressmen have been coming out that have seen this stuff, and it's coming out. They're like, this is pure on Satanism. This is real, folks. And remember in the 80s, it came out, all the human sacrifice of Satanism. They called it the satanic scare, the hysteria. It was real. And I interviewed Ted Gunderson, who was the head of the FBI in L.A., who they wanted to be the FBI to...
Was it? I don't know. I don't think a lot of it was real at all. Also, because a lot of the Satanists is like, I've been seeing like Sneeko talking about Aleister Crowley. Like, he talked to demons. No, he didn't. Because, you know why? Like, Anton LaVey especially. You know why all these guys are wrong? Is because, like, they're Satanists or occultists or whatever, but they're like wrong about the info. You know? Because all this stuff comes from, based on legend, text, things like that. And these guys, these famous occultists and Satanists don't even, they get the information wrong. Or just intentionally change it. So, yeah, like these guys aren't real Satanists.
Director. And he basically quit to expose all this. He told me all this stuff. He told me.
I've seen his work.
He told me that they starve babies for like a couple days so that the men can then put their, in their mouth and the baby sucks for their life.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Fuck. Dude, what the fuck? The fuck is that shit, dude?
Emails Epstein with university head biologist and behavioral psychologist and saying, I know you starve babies so they suck better. If you record their mother's voice, they'll suck harder.
What the
So
fuck?
they got tips on
Sick
when you're
bastards.
raping the baby you're starving.
I don't even know if I'm supposed to show this on YouTube. Okay. I want to hear this, but I'm going to mute it. I'll just do this.
little bit crazy. But all the accounts people saying this, Ryan Garcia, other people, it's like, this is actually true.
By the way, Ryan
So then-
Garcia is a pathological liar. I don't know why these guys are still bringing up Ryan Garcia. Remember he told that story how he saw this shit, and then he's like, I'm just joking, guys. Yeah, I wouldn't trust that guy.
How do you stop this from happening? Can you even stop it at this point?
Well, imagine it's a rite of passage. Like, MS-13 makes you do a satanic ritual. In the old days, in the mafia, Italian mafia, you had to kill somebody, make your bones. Other mafias, you had to do this or that. It's a rite of passage that you're corrupted. They got dirt on you.
Yeah.
And so this is a rite of passage. That's this is.
Wow. That's sick, bro.
Now,
that's sick.
Is there vitality reasons for doing this? Is it for control? Is it both? Is it?
It's vitality. It's for political control, but also they believe they get vitality out of it. Like
They live longer.
To live longer.
Like the Queen Mother came out decades ago, had kids' blood transfusions. The families would volunteer to be paid money, and the little kids would get blood for her. And like the new PDD stuff just came out where his assistant, would sit there and they would just give him pints of blood all the time.
Absolutely nuts. Okay, so
Yeah,
I guess
they've
we can
been
go into the
doing
UK.
it all the time. Yeah, royal family.
Yeah, let's go into the royal family. Andrews, the Rothschilds, etc. So you said we need to arrest my brother. One of the.
William the King has said, okay, they've raided the prince, they've raided Lord Mendelssohn, they've raided all these people. There's all these resignations, all these big mega banking resignations in the U.S. It's all Democrats. And that's what I said to Trump. I said, why are you doing this when they're your enemies? It's going to come out anyways. They're just going to implicate you. So the whole thing's going down.
Shit. So what is the British connection there? I mean, obviously we know we got London, the City of London finance, etc. Very big. Rothschilds are British first. But what was the connection with Epstein and the Rothschilds, specifically when it comes to the United Kingdom?
Well, the Rothschilds are based in the UK.
Yep.
People don't know, like 500 years ago, they had a pawn shop in Germany. And then they learned to, people wanted to keep their gold there, so they would give them receipts to it. That's where checks came from. And so for every ounce of gold, they would loan out 10 ounces, basically.
Yep.
And Epstein talks about that in fractional reserve banking with Bannon.
Yeah, he does.
He explains it. So then by the Second Napoleonic War in 1815...
And he told the families to go out to all the major cities. You go to Paris, you go to Munich, you go to here, you go to there for the Rothschilds. I mean.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they've written books bragging about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
movies. Everything.
Napoleon has come back, and he's fighting Lord Wellington at the Battle of Waterloo. And they send a carrier pigeon to the coast to a fast ship, a Corvette, and they go and announce Lord Wellington is lost, Europe is lost, Napoleon has won. The stock market crashes 99%.
Damn.
And the Rothschilds, this is public history, buy up the entire stock market. Now they own the British Empire. That's the most powerful force in the world. Then, 100 years later, they found Israel. It's the same story. And so then you have them funding J.P. Morgan. You have them funding the Rockefellers, funding the railroads. The British had lost in the war with us in 1776, but by 1789 we had our country. But they came back in. Andrew Jackson fought them famously, so I don't let the British take over their banks. But by 1913, they said the private Federal Reserve that there's not been an audit for 100 plus years since then, but there was an audit before, and the Federal Reserve was 82% owned by the Rothschilds. This is public documents, look it up. And so it's not a separation. You have the Rothschilds over here, you have the Rothschilds over there. He was the Rothschild representative, Jeffrey Epstein.
U.S. side?
What is this?
Yeah, U.S. side. Okay. Well, really globally, you read it. The point was he was the Trilateral Commission spokesman for David Rockefeller. And David Rockefeller, was already 80-something years old when he hired Epstein.
Pizzagate.
Yeah, it really is.
They get pizza and start eating pizza. 137. It's about babies and Obama being gay.
As of right now, from what you looked at, who are the top 10 offenders? Or you could go top 5.
I mean, I gotta say, it's the British royal family.
Okay.
It's Epstein. It's all these Democrats. I was like, why are you doing this, Trump? It's all Democrats. It's
Who are the
all
worst Democrat offenders?
all the big. I can pull the names, but it's all Democrats. Hoffman, all those guys have been attacking Trump.
Oh yeah.
And they're just nonstop. They're like, why are you protecting your enemies, Trump? I'm like, that's what I told Trump a couple weeks ago. I said, I'm done, man. I said, if you don't go to these people, fuck you. Because we've never caught him in any of it. So why are you doing it? Because Pam Bondi said Thursday in Congress, they said, bring down the stock market. Well, fuck the stock market. Like, we're not going to be held hostage about this anymore.
Why did these people never get arrested, man?
Because the DOJ is full of a bunch of people that are cowards. And if you do go after them, they come after you. But at a certain point, whenever the public knows, it doesn't matter. So they're losing their power right now. So the fact that this stuff's coming out, the fact that Trump finally went crazy today and said release it all, which I know he did, is a big change. Because he's like, I attacked Trump for this. I said for weeks, I said, it's official. Trump is now part of it. He never did it from any evidence. But now by extension, he's guilty by proxy. He's, what do they call that? Accessory after the fact.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah.
And now, I literally was like, I've been talking to the family. I'm like, I'm coming after you. And they realize I'm a bellwether. And so I'm going to give myself credit, but I'm here in Florida for that.
Yeah. So you want, because I don't want to, I mean, you could disclose as much as you want, but like, so you came out to obviously give them, hey, you got to get this out. It's starting to be bullshit. I'm assuming the hearing made you say, you got to do.
I was already coming. I was here when the hearing happened.
Oh, you were here when the, okay.
I just said, I'm not going to watch you destroy yourself and all this with you. We bet on you. And I said, I'm coming to Mar-a-Lago, and I'm going to bullhorn for 3, and then I'm going to the White House, and I'm going to go ape shit, and I'm going to say you're an accomplice if you don't bring this out. And I said, you see him destroying you, release it. So it was just being here. I'm not saying it's me, but the point is a lot of the people. All his advisors were telling him, like, you got to do this. Well, I don't just give myself credit. But that's what happened.
What had him like hesitant, like to like get all of it out? Like,
well, you saw Bondi.
Because of the shit that's inside of the files. Come on.
In the Congress 3 days ago, she said they'll bring out a stock market. Which
And
was,
he
I was told
besides that?
when he first got elected, people were like, hey, look, the trail's cold. We can't prosecute. It's old. Plus, you can't trust the files. This will bring down America. And I said, you not exposing will bring it down. They finally agreed in the last 48 hours. They said, you're right. I said, so now Trump's flamethrower fucking released the whole list. Everything, anybody involved, my name's in there. Like, oh God, Jones, you're in trouble. It's all them attacking
Wrong.
me.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's historic.
This is news, national news.
Shit, man.
So, what's gonna happen next? You think? Any arrest at all? Anybody's gonna be like in trouble? Like, hey, listen, you're in trouble. You're fired. You're like altered
You
position?
already have dozens of European leaders and the heads of major U.S. the top banks resigning, and all the Obama officials have resigned. Like,
oh shit, I need to ask about Obama.
I got to pull the names up.
Yeah. Feel free.
All his chief advisors have all resigned.
Okay.
So I mean, it's going down.
How are the Obamas clicked in with Epstein, if anything?
Obama has never, from all our research, into kids. But it is in the files like $50-something thousand of hot dogs being delivered to his birthday. That's code for gay prostitutes. So Obama.
Yo, wait. You know, I've heard this rumor a lot
Me too.
that he's a straight up like homosexual.
Yeah.
Yeah, like very,
so
very
they
gay.
blackmail him with that. That's how Obama's controlled.
That he's gay. Why does he just come out with it? Like, what's the issue here? Like, he pushed for gay rights. He went to college at Harvard. Like, he has a gay archetype. Like,
he's married.
His diary's been public for 20 years. And he fantasized about gay sex.
So the guy remember there's a gay guy that said Obama had sex with me.
Yeah, some shit like that.
Back in the day, he died recently.
Did he die recently?
Wait.
So was he lying? Or was he telling the truth?
Wait, what? No fucking way. Did that guy really die? The Obama gay, God, what's that guy's name? Obama gay lover. Larry Sinclair, did that guy die? That's not him. Larry Sinclair died? What the fuck? How is nobody even talking about this? Is this true?
but he played such a tremendous role.
Sure that you can trust them, and when I say trust, I mean that you're not going
AIDS?
to end up.
AIDS? The gay cancer. Hey, there's clear. He got the gay cancer, T.
He died. Because Obama's chef died. A gay nigga died. I promise you, everyone that talks shit about Obama, they dying, bro. What the fuck?
They
How's
get
that
clapped.
possible?
Yeah, they get clapped. Well, he's from Chicago.
Nigga don't play, bro.
Yeah, he just doesn't.
Yo, gay niggas are fierce, bro.
Yeah, he's just not like a dumb nigga. Like he doesn't like actually shoot them himself. Like he actually like hires someone and you know.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what it is. The Clintons are from there. Hillary.
Is Michelle a man?
She's got anacondas for an arm. Maybe one of the pants. No, I mean,
Yo, Josie Wallet, bro. One in the pants. One in the chamber.
no, I don't know. But the point is, I'm being honest. I never saw Obama pedophile stuff.
Okay.
They blackmail him with the gay stuff.
Okay. He was just cut with the gay stuff. Okay, fair. Was Clinton a pedophile or was he just a pervert?
Who?
Yeah, Obama. Let's talk about this since they're talking about Obama. Because I wanted to talk about this on my show. You hear Obama recently. The aliens are real. I do a really bad Obama impression. But yeah, he said the aliens are real. Which I think is just another psyop. First of all, aliens are not real. Aliens as in the little green men. The little gray men, you know, that ride around little spaceships. That's not real. And also, dinosaurs aren't real. Yeah, I said that. Those two things are not real. Sorry. They just aren't. It's stupid. It's a psyop. Every year there's a new alien thing and it's just a distraction. Sorry, they're not real.
Pervert, or because I've heard from people, some people say no, he's just a really big pervert, sexual degenerate, but the girls are of age. But I've heard other people say nope, he's a perv. Sorry, he's a pedo.
I've never seen any real case. He settled a bunch of cases for rape. I've never seen any real cases of pedo stuff with Clinton, but he's all part of the same system.
Yeah.
Hillary, when she got hired,
how did they compromise him just being a womanizer, I guess?
Well, Hillary's dad, was the deputy of the crime boss that ran Chicago, the Daily Machine.
Oh.
And her first job was sent to Hot Springs and to Little Rock, which the Chicago Mafia is based there. If you look it up. Yeah. It's crazy. They actually based there. And so she's on tape saying, yeah, I knew these guys raped this little girl, did all this, but I covered it up. So it all goes back to this to being, you know, the thing. But with the Clintons, they were both with the CIA. They were both operatives of the Bushes. I mean, Arkansas and all the cocaine, so that's their control.
So Bill more with the womanizing involved with, you know, the corruption in Arkansas. Hillary with her ties to organized crime. But they weren't really, I guess, pedos. They were just involved in criminal activity. And
But they certainly cover up for pedos.
Of course, they cover up for yeah, but I'm saying themselves. And I know Hillary was like a lesbian.
Yeah.
Right? She used to...
They said she's seen more...
She used to munch?
More ass in a toilet seat.
Yeah, huge lesbian, apparently.
Damn.
Did my fucking doorbell ring? That's fucking scary, dude. I'm not answering it. There's that soundboard. Dude, I'm actually fucking scared right now. Because I'm home alone. Oh, is that my phone? Dude, I'm fucking scared. I think it was my phone. Either way, if my doorbell ring, I'm not fucking answering right now. And if I do go downstairs, I'm gonna fucking... I think it was my phone. If I do go downstairs, I'm gonna... bring my camera.
Huge likes women a lot more than Bill. They say. I don't know. They said that she likes hairy vagina.
So she,
I don't know.
So she like women?
Yeah.
So what was Bill doing? Hiding? You could have brought her in with Monica.
I mean, dude, Hillary Clinton seems like a total lesbian. Has always to me. You can tell too, like they don't actually like each other. Bill and Hillary, like you just know they don't like each other. Actually, that's like with all the presidents and their wives. You can tell they just don't like each other. Obama, Big Mike, all of them. Trump, Melania. Melania, I just want you to come back. Don't know what I did to make you mad.
Fuck. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, actually, that's a good. Yeah, I don't know.
They could have brought her in for double blowjob.
Yeah, like they made it look like she was pissed off or whatever.
Like,
why did she not just like get involved, or does she not like Bill like that?
Even her daughter, Chelsea's really reportedly the daughter of Webster Hubble.
Oh, so Bill's not even the. Oh shit.
No.
Damn. All right. What about the Bidens? What were their connections,
Webster
if anything, to
Hubble?
Epstein?
Well, you
Because they
got
didn't
Biden.
release anything either. Biden administration didn't release
You
shit.
got Biden in his Biden's daughter in the official diary saying, I think my dad raped me in the shower.
Yeah.
So Biden's a total piece of crap.
Of course. But like, was Epstein involved with him whatsoever? Because I noticed that the Biden administration, as much as they talk, because here's the thing that people got to understand: people can talk shit about Trump all day, they can talk shit about Pam Bondi all day, they can talk shit about Cash Patel all day, but they are the ones that released the files.
Yeah.
The Biden administration didn't do it. The Obama administration didn't do it. Bill Clinton definitely didn't do it.
People say to me,
Bush didn't do it.
"Oh, you're defending Trump getting money." I all against lawsuits and tax everything. That's why I'm like, Trump, why are you covering up?
Yeah, because he did release it at the end of the day, dude. So it's like the Biden administration definitely
And
didn't
then
release
people say,
shit.
"Oh, well, the names are redacted. Congress has access to that." So they have the victims and others redacted, and I say release it all.
Yeah, and it's good that they did. So what? So was Biden or any of his people compromised? Because I know you said a lot of Democrats were in the Epstein list.
Well, we talk about Epstein. He was kind of the Rothschild Trilateral
Bills.
Commission, New York, D.C. arm. There's a bunch of other blackmail groups, and a bunch of other. Most of it's money, and like we focus on the sex with Epstein. Most of it was straight up money laundering payoffs.
Also, too, a lot of people don't talk about the Epstein files, which I've seen a couple people bring it up, but not very many, maybe because it's not that sexy to bring up. But Epstein was clearly a arms dealer. Because there's a lot of weird shit like, oh yeah, I can get these tanks, I can get these helicopters, and he had connections with like these like African military and like warlords and all this crazy shit. I mean, this guy had a connection to everything. It's pretty fucking weird, dude.
The sex thing was an added deal to get certain people.
Let me ask you this then. So, because I have my thing with, because I've dived into Epstein quite a bit, but you're the expert on this, so I always like to, whenever I talk to people that are experts on this stuff, I want to tell them this is my theory, and I want to get, please add to it or correct me if I'm wrong. So, from what I understood, and you talked about this earlier with Ghislaine Maxwell, with the UN and the ocean thing, to me it seemed like that was the play to meet really powerful people, right? And from an international perspective, also her dad had quite a bit of credibility. She had credibility. She was dating Epstein. She was like his girl, but like she would also help him find women and help recruit her, his like sidekick. Then, besides helping him with that, what would happen was they had Jean-Luc Brunel, and obviously he was, and then Epstein, all the money came from Les Wexner, and backed by Les Wexner. And the way it was described to me was he would,
nobody's talking about him enough.
Go to these parties with Ghislaine Maxwell, have these Victoria's Secret models because they worked for Les Wexner, and Brunel recruited them because he was a model recruiter from Paris, a French recruiter.
I'm going to finish this up.
A bunch of people would be like, oh, who's this cool guy here that has all this money? And Ghislaine Maxwell, she's hot, and who's these women that are with him, Victoria's Secret models? Obviously, if you bring women to the party, you're going to be the cool guy, right? Like you said, the promoter.
I'm telling you.
So they're like, hey, yeah, man, I'm always around these hot bitches. You should come and hang out at the mansion or whatever. They show up, and then bam, next thing you know, I know West Palm Beach, for example, he had a whole team of high school girls that would be at the house all the time, giving massages, whatever. Next thing you know, you find out a 15-year-old gave you a massage. You didn't even know because you thought, well, this guy had girls before. What's going on here?
Yeah.
Boom, you're compromised. And he has cameras everywhere, everything else like that. And then he starts calling in favors. Now, that's, I guess, the very broad overview of it. I don't know if there's anything wrong, like add to it or wrong about it or whatever, but I'd like to get your take.
I totally agree. That's basically how it
shout out to
works.
Ryan Dawson. He did, describe this to me, so I got to give him credit as well. But yeah,
Shout out to Ryan Dawson.
Yeah, shout out to him.
But that's one layer of it. But
Yeah.
like we hear
I know
about
there's way more.
The underage girls are kind of like the peanuts at the bar. Listening to what happened to them, it's all about the cloning and the stem cells and the draining babies and the surrogate babies and hundreds of emails him buying babies and women being taken to Zorro and waking up at 8 months pregnant and the baby's gone. I mean, that's in there.
Yeah,
his email.
Yeah, so this is like entry level compromise people. Like, but
yeah, so everybody's focusing on. Oh, look, Steve Bannon's in there. I'm not defending Steve Bannon. I like him. He's a smart political guy. He's trying to get money for Epstein. And the political things are like, how do we overthrow the left in Europe? Saying like, wow, he knew to go. He goes the boss.
What was the strategy there? Was he like trying to repair his image? I know it was like more like a 60-minute interview. Like, what was the deal there? Like,
yeah, I mean, I can't judge what's happening with Bannon. I'm not even defending Bannon. I'm just saying the left focuses on Bannon. Well, all Bannon's trying to do is get money from Epstein for political operations.
Yeah.
The only political operations, I agree with the political operations. I'm not defending what Bannon did. I would associate with Epstein. But the media is focusing on Bannon. We have Woody Allen. We're grinding up bodies. We're eating them. We have all these thousands of emails with these people.
Put Woody Allen for the audience, guys, real quick, so they can see.
I put it on X earlier today.
Yeah.
But it's like we're grinding up bones. We're eating it. It's just wonderful. I'm just saying. Nuts. Let's move on with this Republican Democrat. When people are talking about draining kids and eating bones, eating bodies, let's. The DOJ has to take action now. The next issue is what do they do?
Yeah. Man, it is nuts. Like just how
it's funny. I think it's just funny that it's Woody Allen out of everybody. I mean, I guess there's multiple people to do it, but Woody is the one, which is really funny.
You go from being a socialite, meeting people at the UN, compromising these people, having these parties, whatever. Then you have like young women there that were high school girls that you recruited because he had this whole. Because like, yeah, you're right. Like, he had multiple operations going on.
What does it say? Hot. Thanks.
Like the guy literally.
Thanks.
Was here West Palm Beach, had
At
like
least
20
I'm
girls working
thinner.
for him because I remember
At least I'm thinner because you also eat the bones for him.
reading through the reports, and they would find girls. So they were always, he always had a layer of insulation, and then he'd fly them all over the place. How was it like with the different locations? Like, what was the purpose of having all these different locations? Obviously, the ranch in New Mexico. You have West Palm Beach here. You have New York City next to Lutnick, Paris. The island. Like, what was the purpose of having all these different locations? Was it to kind of make it easier to transport the people, the girls around?
I mean, I don't know the specifics of why they did that, but you kind of had gateway, get people involved, underage girls.
Yeah.
Just have blackmail. And then you had at Zorro Ranch medical stuff. And then at Epstein
So
Island.
Zorro Ranch was like where the baby stuff was going on for a lot of it.
And then there was also medical stuff, but not as much, happening at the Caribbean island. And then also eating people, killing people, cannibalism was there. It sounds crazy. It's all in there.
And Epstein was finding he was like
and
the
then,
recruiter for this.
in London and then in Paris, the same stuff. And then in New York, there was a lot of raping and torture going on too, but also a lot of political stuff.
Was he getting paid for it, or was it more like, you owe me one, and I got you, basically?
I mean, he worked for the guy that
like for the Numer guy that we showed earlier, the Canadian crazy fuck. Like, Epstein's bringing him these women or kids. Is he paying them, or is he just like, I owe you one? Like, what's the?
All right,
what was
I'm
the
about to go on a
arrangement there?
different topic in a little bit.
'Cause that's nuts.
The specifics is getting rich people involved in corruption to now control.
Yeah.
And the worse stuff you get them to do, the better. And you can also say, by the way, have you had a shot of blood transfusion? Well, you like that? Well, now we got something better. Give us your sperm. We'll get a woman pregnant. In 6 months, we'll have a baby for you. And they would drain the baby and kill it. This is on record. And they would feel so good for a year. They would like, the whole British royal family's on this.
Actually, I don't know
just
if
call it
I
ambrosia.
left. Yeah, for we talked about vitality. Kurt Cobain.
It's vampirism. It's You ask what the bottom of the rabbit hole is? Vampire. But they're not. They don't live forever. But the spirit is.
Yeah.
They're demon possessed.
I mean, yeah. You're 60 years old, 50 years old. Now you feel like you're 20 again. Like, yeah, they get addicted to that probably. So
yeah. So
Also, Ghislaine Maxwell was talking about 9/11. Yeah, Ghislaine Maxwell was talking about 9/11. About how she has a fantasy about how the Arabs are not going to be around in 2032. But yeah, I'll finish this. I don't know if I have really any other topics, really. Kurt Cobain. The Kurt Cobain thing, that'll be the last thing I'll be talking about tonight.
I love alcohol and nicotine. I never get tired of a juicy ribeye, a sunset, a vodka and soda. Like that's never gets, and hanging out with family, and I love going to church, reading the Bible, all this stuff makes me happy. These people are like into something like once you get into degeneracy, it gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse.
it's like the people that watch porn. They start watching like the regular stuff, and then it gets worse and worse, and they get into the more degenerate. Next thing you know, they're watching like fucking, I don't know, llamas banging or some shit. I don't know.
No, exactly. Like, I'm never a huge porn guy. I'm more of a real life guy. But
I
remember like 20 years ago seeing porn, and I'm like, oh, that's gross. And then 20 years later, I'm like, I've already seen it now. It's it's the same deal.
Yeah. Shit. I know it's late, and we got to get you. We got to get to bed here soon. What are you the most excited about? Or we can keep going. I mean, you
keep going.
Okay, let's.
I can take a break, take a piss, and get another shot of whiskey. I'm ready to go for another hour.
Let's do it.
I'll take questions.
Let's do it.
Let's play something.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to say one thing.
Hell, we can open up phone lines if you want.
Let's do it. I'll go 3 hours. I don't hype something if it's not hyped. I'm not Mr. Hype. But when the planets align and something's hyped, I'm going to hype it. Guys, the Death Star blew up today.
I believe it.
So I can sit here and talk about this stuff all day long. Guys, they don't get out of this, which we should be concerned.
Okay, let's talk about this Kurt Cobain thing. I'm seeing this now pop up. I don't know, guys. I've talked about this before, but I don't think Kurt Cobain was murdered. But is this actually confirmed, or is this like people really? Is this another psyop? I don't know, guys. These YouTubers really want it to be real, but is this actually confirmed
For over
now?
30 years, the official story has remained the same. Kurt Cobain died by taking his own life on April 5th, 1994. The Seattle Police Department...
Is this confirmed? Is this confirmed?
Department has never wavered from that conclusion. But now a bombshell claim from a high-ranking insider.
Okay, I never believed this because I think I've talked about this on the channel before. I don't know if I've ever talked about this topic. I might have just mentioned it. But the whole even the analysis of the thing never made sense to me about how people were like, "Oh, well, the gun was too long, his heroin count was too high," and I was like, "Well, there's something called tolerance," and I was like, "Well, if the gun's too long, you can still kill yourself, and like, well, that makes sense why he was laying on the ground if it was too long, right?" And it's like, well, you can still shoot yourself with it. It wasn't like completely impossible, and I just never bought it. And I never really bought the whole Courtney Love thing about how she offed him or hired some. I never bought that, but let's hear what this. Well, let's look more into this. Is there actually now confirmation? Is this now confirmed?
Police department has never wavered from that conclusion. But now a bombshell claim from a high-ranking insider is challenging everything we thought we knew. A retired Seattle police captain, a man who served 50 years on the force and was officially ordered to audit the Cobain case, has broken his silence. He's going on record to say the investigation was botched, the scene was staged, and he believes Kurt Cobain was murdered. So this isn't a conspiracy theory from a message board. This comes from Neil Lowe, a former commander of the Violent Crimes Division who was given full access to the case files and the physical evidence. And what he says he found in those files is absolutely chilling. Neil Lowe is a heavy hitter in Seattle law enforcement. He joined the force in 1968 and retired in 2018. In 2005, his police chief asked him to conduct an internal audit of the Cobain investigation. This meant he had the clearance to physically hold the shotgun, analyze the suicide note, and review every photo and report in the archive. In an exclusive new interview with Daily Mail, Lowe claims that the department failed to treat the death as a potential homicide from day one. He says, quote, "I just am not buying that Kurt did that to himself." He argues that the detectives were led astray and that the case should be reopened immediately. Lowe points to several critical pieces of evidence that he says don't add up. First, he claims the suicide narrative was established too early. He points out that a police spokesperson announced it was a suicide to the press while standing in the driveway before the medical examiner had even finished processing the scene. Lowe argues this assumption corrupted the entire investigation. Second, he raises the infamous question about the heroin. Toxicology reports showed Cobain had 3 times the lethal dose of heroin in his system. For decades, skeptics have asked how someone with that much opioid in their blood could live.
Okay, this is a lot of the same stuff. Again, this is a lot of the same stuff. People are talking about is there something that finally confirms all of this? That's what I want to know.
Operated. Lowe agrees, suggesting that assistance would have been required.
But this is all the same stuff that we've heard for years. That's what I want to know. Is there something that finally confirms that this is all true?
To inject that volume. Third, and perhaps most disturbing, Lowe points to the crime scene photos. He claims Cobain's hands were unusually clean. He argues that a shotgun blast of that magnitude to the head would have created significant spray, and the lack of blood or residue on Cobain's hands is inconsistent with a self-inflicted wound. He also highlights missing documentation. Lowe cites a 1994 report about a taxi driver who picked up a passenger from the Cobain house who didn't match Kurt's description. That detail, along with confusion over where the ammo was purchased, was allegedly omitted from later police reports released in 2014. So why is this coming out now? This is where the story gets complicated. While Lowe's credentials are undeniable, the timing of those revelations coincides with the release of his new book, a fictionalized mystery novel about the death of a rock star that has responded to...
Okay, so there's not a confirmation. They found proof. Okay. It's a lot of this is the same stuff. What is this fucking...
Bombshell investigation into Dad Kurt Cobain's 1994 suicide.
Okay, this is AI. What the fuck? Oh, what the fuck? They want clarity. That's the thing, too. That doesn't necessarily mean Courtney Love did it. Right?
Cobain and Courtney Love want clarity on Kurt Cobain's death amid new speculation. Frances Bean Cobain is seeking to uncover the truth after a bombshell investigation into Dad Kurt Cobain's 1994 suicide revealed that it may have actually been a homicide. As the National Enquirer previously reported, an unofficial private sector of forensic scientists reviewed the Nirvana frontman's autopsy as well as other materials. And their report suggests that Cobain was confronted by a person who incapacitated him with a heroin overdose, shot him, and staged the scene, complete with a forged suicide note. Frances will never get over the absence of her dad.
Okay.
His death haunts her, and every few years, something like this comes along and stirs it all up, admits the source. The medical examiner ruled it a suicide, and she's made peace with that as best she can. But that doesn't mean she's going to totally close her ears to any credible information.
Where is the source where she said this? Oh my God. Again, there's a lot of, it's more of the same stuff. Is there a confirmation, though? Just because someone guy says, yeah, I don't think this adds up. But is there... Everybody's like, it's confirmed now, but there is really no confirmation. I want to know if it's confirmed or not. But, yeah, it doesn't look like there is. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't buy it. And for some reason, everybody thinks I'm like a type of guy that should believe in this story, but I just don't. I don't buy it. I buy into the goy slop narrative. But this is kind of goy slop, you know? I feel like this, I don't know, like why now too after all the Epstein stuff? That's how I feel. I don't know, dude. It seems like there's nothing new. I feel like this is all just... And why is this in the news now, even though this has been talked about since the 90s? You know? Oh my God, this guy is the fucking worst.
On April 8th, 1994, an electrician
this guy, that's
coma, but then he survived. And then a few weeks later...
Yeah, you're not... Shut up. Asmongold.
They found proof Kurt Cobain didn't end his life. What the fuck?
No, they didn't.
Like, Nirvana's like one of my favorite bands, so like...
Is
It's kind of...
Is it?
30 years ago, Kurt Cobain's passing was ruled to be self-inflicted, but now forensic experts feared he might harm himself. And
Man, so like...
Yeah, but this isn't new. This is old. This stuff, like the heroin, this is all old information. This isn't new information.
Is that, like, I would assume, because can't they look out whenever you pull the gun, and like they can look at the fibers?
But yeah, that's what they need to look. That's what they need to analyze. Yeah, I feel like I don't know, the DNA and stuff needs to be looked into.
Hands for like the gunpowder to see if you were the person. Like, that's what my understanding always was, but maybe they didn't with her.
questioned the
That's
organization
what my
of the substance
understanding.
kit found nearby, saying it looked way too neatly arranged. Their
Gunpowder burns,
argument
yeah,
is
exactly.
essentially someone under extreme
Gunpowder
physical
residue,
duress
yeah.
would not carefully cap needles and put equipment away. They then
Sure.
argue that the top portion reads like someone expressing frustration about music and fame.
Yeah.
Then they claim the final lines appear visually different, larger, more rushed handwriting, and suggest that this could indicate tampering. And I mean, that is interesting
I don't know about
because it seems like they're implying he wrote the letter about leaving music behind and someone else added onto it. So, not gonna lie here, this looks weird. Looking at this note, I see what they mean. Suddenly, the right.
Yeah, the please. The thing is, like, this please part, it does definitively prove what happened. Like, I bet it doesn't even exist anymore. And, like, it's probably just, like, whether she's going to admit that or not, and she's probably not going to admit that. Like,
The
let's be
story
honest.
has been around for almost as long as the official ruling. But a team of experts publishing a peer-reviewed analysis is still a lot more solid than 3 decades of conspiracy theories. But a lot of the stuff in the new report matches with a whole bunch of the theories that I mentioned earlier. Like the public access host who said the police reports just didn't line up.
Yeah.
He claimed there wasn't enough visible blood for what had happened, which is pretty
Sure.
similar to what the recent analysis said. Then you have Tom Grant.
I mean, I bet that's probably true. I remember whenever they popped off Charlie Kirk, and I saw, like, I was like, what the fuck? God damn, that's a lot of blood. Like, I remember whenever I saw that, I was like, holy fuck, that's a lot of blood. God damn.
Anything. We are just
I don't think anybody can ever know what really happened. That's what I think the chances are. Like, because realistically, I mean, this shit happened like 30 years ago, right? It would be 31 years ago. So, like, or 32 almost. Like, what do you think the probability is that, like, this information is even around anymore? It's probably not. Like, there's no way you're going to figure this out and know,
I mean, there's
like,
that
who did
too.
something wrong. I have no idea.
looking at the public details. But regardless,
But what's bothering me is when people are like, confirmed, it's confirmed now, even though there's nothing that's confirmed. And it's all this shit's been around, this info has been around forever. About, you know, the size of the gun, the amount of heroin is this. That's been around forever. This isn't new info, but people are acting like it is.
someone who's thinking about taking their own life can
Yeah.
still be hurt by someone else.
Definitely.
Those two things don't cancel each other out. But unfortunately, no one really knows what happened to him. Not
That's
100%.
I didn't even hear
but it
about
doesn't
this.
seem like the police department is going to look into it any
Yeah.
further, at least for now. And honestly, that's kind of just a painful ending that some people still struggle to accept. And that's maybe why we're still talking about it. But regardless, I'll keep you guys updated. The Seattle Police Department opens this case back up. But in the meantime, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
I think this is what happens a lot of times is like people, they
30
I
years ago-
think things happen in a way that makes them uncomfortable. It's frustrating for them. It's like an unexplained kind of tragedy that happens, and as soon as people see that, they're like, oh, okay, like, let me go and explain everything and put together all the pieces and try to do that.
Let's close out the video with this video, which
Kurt Cobain
is embarrassing. It's embarrassing because Anthony Fantano, it shows that he, doesn't really know a lot about music, really. And I've noticed that my camera has, it does this sometimes. It just froze. So let me restart it. Okay. All right. But yeah, Anthony Fantano, this video is really embarrassing, but I did want to show this. People hate when I talk about Nirvana or Kurt Cobain. People just really hate it, dude. My opinions on... I have a lot of positive opinions, but anything about Nirvana, a critique about the band, Post Malone, Dave, or not even Dave Grohl really, but like the conspiracy theories, all this stuff, people fucking hate it, dude. It's really funny. I don't know why, because everything I say is not even that controversial. But anyways, this video is embarrassing. Anthony Fantano really shows that he doesn't know anything about punk music and stuff like that. Anyways, let's watch this.
had this really extensive series of journals and so on and so forth that, had lyrics.
This is about Kurt Cobain's favorite albums, and if you're a Nirvana fan, Kurt Cobain fan, you know about this, right? And of course, there's a lot of bands in this list or albums I never heard of before, obviously. But some of the stuff he says in this video is questionable for the biggest music nerd. Let's just watch.
Notes, commentary on his life, and thoughts on various things. And one page of his journals, which have been published and republished pretty extensively over the years, is this kind of top 50 albums list. It could be maybe in some respects like, his 50 favorite albums at the time or whatever. Any music nerd sort of any hardcore music fan knows that these sorts of lists are always subject to change as, your taste changes and you get into other things. But, there's definitely a snapshot in time of Kurt Cobain's taste during this peak moment of his and, Nirvana's creative trajectory. And I thought it would be fun to kind of go over it here with you guys, for anybody who is uninitiated, doesn't know the list, but also sort of to revisit too, because there are a lot of cool records on there that are worth kind of talking about, bringing into maybe a more modern context, and just shouting out. And there are a few.
Let's speed this up, shall we?
I'm not super familiar with. So here's the list. I'm gonna blow it up, and obviously it's in these three different columns. But I'm going to blow it up over here so we can kind of go over each of them one by one. And as you guys will see, there's some familiar faves in there, for me as far as, stuff I've shouted out.
Oh, really?
But yeah, top 50 by Nirvana. All right, first one, Stooges' Raw Power. Banger of a record. Fantastic record. Amazing rock album. One of my first classic reviews that I've ever done on the channel. Taking into consideration, especially these days, there's only so much I can listen to it because, again, the remaster of the compression is throwing our opinions out there. And as a child of the 90s, this is very kind of 90s, alternative taste kind of thing. I even prefer Bossa Nova over the Pixies' first record. The guitar mixes.
Really, dude?
On that record are so lush and so heavy and so fun. It's a very 90s thing to always sort of trend toward, what is the first thing this band did, or one of the earliest things this band did before.
How about this? I'll give you two. He always says this a lot throughout this video. Oh, he's just trying to be cool and different. Maybe this is his genuine favorite Pixies album. Have you ever thought about that? Maybe that's his genuine favorite Pixies album. Also, and he's kind of doing that here with the Bossa Nova pick. Also, maybe he's putting albums. That's the first album he got into with the Pixies. Have you ever thought about that?
They sold out or something like that. It was a very 90s kind of thing to always favor,
maybe he just liked it the best. That's also a possibility, You have to think, too, this is the early 90s. This is pre-MU. Everybody thinks of everything through MU and RYM, pitchfork filter, but people didn't think like that back then, okay?
The first introduction to the group, or sort of before things got maybe more widely accessible, depending on where your taste kind of lied. Pixies is bald-coated, very bald-coated. But Breeders POD, this Vaseline's EPA, I'm not familiar with, honestly. Yeah, before they sold out. Look, sellout discourse in the 90s was crazy.
Vaseline's, all they released was EPs, dude. Come on. It's their first EP. Dude, Vaseline's before Nirvana wasn't even famous. They're always indie. There was no, it wasn't like To Pimp a Butterfly versus Good Kid, Mad City or whatever, It wasn't like that. It wasn't OK Computer versus Kid A. Okay, they weren't that type of band. They were an extremely niche indie band with obscure EPs. There was no debate back then. And he's like, I'm not familiar with this EP because that's all they released was EPs. How do you not know that? How do you not know that? How do you not know anything about the Vaselines if you're a Nirvana fan or a fucking indie music fan? How do you not know that? at all.
Was aggressive. Like even being on like, you know, a label would sort of like, you know, not a label, but like a major label, you know, like even something like getting
dude, like people didn't think like this back then, my guy. Also back then, if you had the first, maybe that was the most accessible one back then, because all you had was record stores back then, or regular music, you know, stores that sold tapes or records or whatever, you know. Maybe that's how he got into it.
Put onto Geffen. That was the state of 90s music discourse. Again, I don't really think I've spent.
I don't think Kurt Cobain was into that discourse, dude.
Listening to this EP at all, if any time. In order to, you know, be coming across recommendations like this back in the 90s, like you really need to be paying attention. You really needed to be sort of like looking for those weird obscurities. Very based pick of Kurt, and that is also part of the reason we're doing the stream. Was Kurt's taste based? Is Too Slimy on this list? You know, if Kurt was alive today and he was doing an update, he very much probably would have put Too Slimy on the list. He must have listened to WFMU. He probably did. He's probably listened to some WFMU. Landshark Fang. I'm not familiar with Landshark Fang. Landshark Fang.
He doesn't know.
Does anybody
anything,
know a
dude.
Landshark Fang banger?
So embarrassing.
I don't know. Maybe let's try the title track. All right, so Kurt definitely into some like really grimy underground hardcore punk here, obviously, which is sick. Fang, Landshark. Most definitely look this if you're looking for some old school hardcore punk that's very rough around the edges, wild recording. Look up that Landshark. Sounds like it's a blast, honestly. Another hardcore punk pick, MDC's Millions of Dead Cops, which again it sort of seems like back to back we're going hardcore punk.
That's a classic.
Scratch
obviously.
Acid, which I've not listened to in years. Holy shit. And I don't even know if when I listened to them it was this first EP. Again, just the hilarious favoritism toward the first thing. The first thing, man. The first one's always the best.
I don't
Let's go.
think.
Ooh, that's nasty. That hits nasty. That's some great 80s hardcore. Holy crap. That hits real nasty.
He just listened to like 3 seconds. Oh, dude, that's nasty. Yeah. I'm just going to use some fucking black slang because I want to be black so bad. Dude, Fantano wants to be accepted by black people so bad. It's not even funny. They don't like you. They think you're a gay nerd. All right. Black people like me, by the way.
The band is tight as fuck. That's freaking great. Was Rate Your Music a thing when Kurt was alive? You see, Kurt was not getting these recommendations from Rate Your Music. He really needed to go out there.
No.
What is this song? This one is The Greatest Gift, I believe, if I'm correct, or maybe it's Monsters. Again, it's just like an 8-track EP. Looks to be about 21 minutes long. And again, just looks like a really sick hardcore punk EP. R.I.P. Kurt, you would have loved Geese, maybe. We also have Saccharine Trust from their first EP. Was not familiar with that one either. But also, yes, Butthole Surfers. Based pick. Butthole Surfers. PP the Sailor. If you're looking for really scummy, scraggly, weird, I'm already too obvious of a pick or something. It's going with the second record, but I mean, both are great albums. The first two, you can't go wrong with the first changing, significant punk classic. Even if it's not
keeps
like
bringing this up. He's just trying to be cool and pick the first. Maybe that's just the one he likes. Obviously, look at the other list. He didn't pick the Stooges' first album. He didn't pick the Clash. He picked the most mainstream kind of Clash album, Combat Rock. I mean, do you think he was really that? He didn't pick the Black Flag's first album. So maybe I think this is his genuine music taste, you know?
the most fun listen. It's still a record that's full of highlights. So, you know, you got to have it if you're a real punk. It's true. You got to have, if you care about punk music, you have to have at least heard this album a handful of times, you know? I've got it on CD. Record for some is like sort of like an entry level sort of album. The Saints Know Your Product. I don't know this album. Australian band, eh? Okay.
Dude. Ha! Oh my god. He doesn't even know who the Saints are. Ah! The punk guy that hangs out with Jello Biafra. By the way, Fantano thinks it's cool that he's friends with Jello Biafra nowadays. Not in 1982, but in 2026, he thinks it's so fucking cool. The most cringe boomer ever, Jello Biafra. He doesn't even know who the Saints are. He doesn't know. How the fuck do you not know who the Saints are? Their stuff is always in those punk compilation albums, because punk compilation albums are very a major thing in punk music subculture. And he doesn't even know who the Saints are. The band. The Saints. Doesn't know who they are. Never heard the name. Wow. Embarrassing.
Okay. I mean, here's the song.
Music
Know Your
mod by
Product
Kurt.
itself.
Exactly.
Yo, this is cool. These guys are from Australia? I have not heard of the Saints band before. Know Your Product. That's a really cool track. The horn
He's never
section's
heard
good.
that song.
Lots of
That's always the
swagger on
compilations.
vocals. Really nice production too. Yeah, little Hives vibes. Anything about Kleenex?
The
Okay, so-
Hives. Yeah, he knows a lot about the he knows a lot about like the Strokes and the Hives. That's all he knows. Fucking it, dude. He's such a millennial.
Like, I've looked at this list a couple of times before. I've not noticed this. He's just literally saying Kleenex, anything by Kleenex, which honestly is a recommendation I stand by.
I stand by.
I am a really big fan for sure.
No, you're not.
Very much recommend this album as well.
No, you're not.
Based pick.
No, you're not.
This Aerosmith record rocks. Goddamn. I mean, we pretty much know what we're getting there in terms of classic hard rock vibes. Punk Comp California. What is this? I don't think I've heard. A good jam. He liked a good pop punky, and sometimes on occasion a danceable jam. He's a man of balance and man of taste. This feels like his faves at the time more than it is an accurate topster. Okay, I sort of said that at the start of the stream, so I mean I agree with that assessment. But let's not use the T word in this conversation. Kurt Cobain died not knowing what the fuck a topster was. Okay, he and that's one of the things I envy with Tales of Terror, Sacramento. Interesting.
Okay.
And more weird butthole surfers. Surprised if this is like in their personal record collections, but On's personal favorite of mine too. So there you go. What is R-ing a slave?
All right, we are done. He says R-ing a slave. Wow, unbelievable. Okay, we're done. It was a great show tonight. Alex Jones segment a little slow, and my camera fucked up again, but that is fine. Anyways, have a good night, guys. Bye bye.